and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over Life Imaging FLA. April is Stress Awareness Month, and of course, stress is your body's natural response to pressure. It's also linked to 6 leading causes of death, and that includes heart disease and cancer. Often those do not have symptoms. As a matter of fact, we know that many patients who have heart disease, their very first symptom was sudden death, and we also know that many life situations or life events can cause you stress. Let Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan make sure that you're fine. My mother and father-in-law did this, and the relief they got from a clear scan was unbelievable. And remember, there are no dyes, no injections. You don't have to take your clothes off. The entire thing only lasts about 10 minutes. Do what I did. Get that free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. Remember, just a few minimum requirements, but it is a $699 value, and it's easy to make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Make that call today, guys. Make 2024 the year you take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm Attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
They're modern-day con artists, and they're the focus of Creating a Con, a true crime anthology podcast. Season 1 spotlights Ray Trapani and his tech startup scam, endorsed by DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather, and built on empty promises and millions from bilked investors.
If someone's like, oh, what's your best way of making money? I don't think start a business. I'm like, oh, we should start some sort of scheme. And I can't help it.
Listen to Creating a Con on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Creating a Con.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, April 12th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from It's All Over Now to the great gathering of the Sportsholes is coming, and Civil War heads to the big screen. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Celia.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can to join us on the show today, all you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time, and this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What happened?
We got a last-minute message.
What?
Believe it or not, I know it never happens, but here it is. I look in the inbox, a mystery last-minute message. It says it's from the ghost of O.J. Simpson.
Hello to the world.
Let's see what he says.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it, everybody! Yeah! All right. We made it through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. You done well.
We did it,
You made
Joe.
it through a week. Yes, indeed. Here we go. How you guys doing on a Friday?
Pretty dang good. How are you?
What, am I screwing up everything? Am I having a stroke over here?
Yeah, I think so. Smile real quick. Oh, God.
Do you
What
smell
happened?
burning? Hold on. When you smile, it can show if you're having a stroke?
Yeah,
What's
half of your
the...
face doesn't work.
Oh, that's Bell's palsy, isn't it? Is that stroking out
Also
too?
a stroke, man.
All right. Well, I'll look out for it. Do I look like I'm stroking out? No. Okay, good. Whoa. Whew. Dodging a bullet there to start the show on a Friday.
For now.
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to New Jersey, friends.
All right.
That's right. One place to go, and New Jersey is it. And this is a weird phenomenon. Now, I don't know if this teaches us a big lesson about accents and about how human language is formed, but this little girl, she's the niece of this TikToker, and she already has a giant, heavy Jersey accent. And she's just like a little tyke. I don't know. Celia might know how old this kid is.
You said tyke,
probably
right?
better.
Tyke?
Yeah, tyke, yeah. Like maybe a year old or something. I don't know, like a little kid. And she already has a Jersey accent. Let's go through the motions
Niece
here.
has an accent, so I'm going to say words without an accent to show you all. You ready, Gia? Say chocolate.
Chocolate.
Say coffee.
Coffee.
Say water.
Water.
Say talk.
That must just be from like listening to everybody around her,
Or
right?
the fact they
Like-
put her in a matching jumpsuit. Right? Like you put that on, and all of a sudden you've talking like this.
Yeah, that's how it goes. If you grew up and everybody around you talked like that, then you end up talking like that. If Sabrina grew up in Jersey, she would have that exact accent, you think. And then I think the weirdest thing ever to me is if you're an adult and you move to a different place, it can change. Like if you're Jersey and you move to like Texas or something, you can lose the Jersey a little bit, and you may even pick up like a little Texan. You may even pick up some hey-y'alls, yeah. And that's the weirdest thing in the world to me, how you can adapt that and start speaking like the people around you. This little kid's doing it.
Say walk.
Walk.
Say call. Say ball.
Ball. She looks like a
Say
little who.
drawer. Chalk. Say oh.
Oh, there she goes. It's a crazy thing.
I'm sure going to be a very pleasant woman when she grows up.
Why? You don't like Jersey girls?
No, Jersey girls are just fine, but I'm just, you never know.
I've heard Courtney say a couple of times, oh, they're from Jersey. I'm like, well, what does that mean? I don't know. You know, it's just a little louder, a little prouder.
Jersey gals, and
Have you? Common thread between them?
Experience, we'll call it.
Yeah, it's interesting how that works. Like all these regionalities kind of play out in people, and you can go, people from this area are like this, like New Yorkers are very, very New York, and people from Jersey are just totally, there's a lot of differences between those two.
Turns out that we're not individuals. We're all just the same. It just depends on where you grew up.
Oh, it kind of does. I mean, like Miami's got its own things too, but
Truly, it's like, pero you know what I'm saying? Even though your entire family is European.
even though all these girls that I see, and you know what I mean, Sabrina, when I say Miami girl, right? Like I'm talking about like South Beach girl. You know what I mean when I say that. Are those girls actually from Miami, or are they end up in Miami and they're living like the club life down there?
It could be a little bit of both. I got to be honest. I mean, I was born and raised in Miami, and I do not have that Miami accent. But
Right.
I know, especially there's like my best friend growing up, her little sister, because I think the Miami accent came in the last couple decades.
I think so too. Yeah, I think it's newer.
And her dad's from England, and her mom is Irish. And she has the thickest Miami accent that you'd ever hear in your life.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. And I think people tend to have at least one that grates on them. Like there's one like accent or the type of regionality that when you hear, you're like, oh, God.
Get out of here.
For me, I hate to say it, friends.
Uh-oh, here goes.
Canadians. It's just
what?
Yeah,
It's barely an accent.
Sorry.
Yeah, why do you think I haven't watched that Letterkenny show?
Because you don't appreciate good humor.
No,
That's a great
not
point,
that.
Christopher.
It's not that at all. It's just Canadians. I don't know. I don't know about you, Canadians. We got a lot of Canadians that listen to the show, and I'm just being real.
Well, they're, for now, at least, because of all your crap talking.
I'm not saying anything bad about them. Like I'm sure they're sweet people, and I love them, and I appreciate that they listen to the show. It's just they sound like pussies.
That blanket's so thin.
And they also, I don't know, there's something about the Canadian way, all right? Like, if you shook off the Canada and go survive like a couple of weeks in New York City, I think you'd be good. I feel
like
be
the
normal.
Jersey accent is more of an accent than the Canadian one.
Oh, it is, no doubt. But I find the Jersey people interesting. I watched a lot of episodes of the Jersey Shore, Celine.
I started rewatching it, by the way, and it holds.
Does it hold up?
I mean, but it holds up. But there's also like you look at the footage, especially like their security cam, like the ones that are running 24 hours. And I'm like, God, this really proves how long ago this was.
Yeah, it does.
It is grainy.
Because the first season or seasons of the Jersey Shore, I think they may have been square. I think they may have not even have been widescreen. Like it was right at that cusp of reality before it went like higher quality.
Okay, now I'm having a stoner moment where it's like there are people, I guess now, children that will grow up to never know what that is. A 4x3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they'll look back and they'll be like, "What?" If they ever see
Back
one.
in my day, we had square footage.
We're so old. We're older by the day.
The Jersey Shore thing, like since you're rewatching it, Sabrina.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe style choices, like the amount of spray tan and some of the
gymming and the laundry,
the choices that I mean, the looks wise, is there anything that if you were one of those people that you would watch back and go, ugh, maybe that doesn't age well?
Very a lot. Yeah. I mean, the way they talk about women and
they literally call them grenades. It's like,
smashing. We're gonna go smash. And there's a lot of stuff there for sure.
Oh, man.
It's the new episodes now, like Family Vacation or something like that, where you see how much they've aged.
Yeah.
And then they're having, it's just like, I feel like 80% of them all sitting down at the table and like, well, this is what's going on with me, and this is how I've changed, but let's go party, baby!
But like smashed was just kind of like their word, and that was that time. What is our smashed now?
Made love.
No.
Banged. I don't know. What is it?
Banged is like 90s, isn't it? Porked is 80s.
Okay.
You're going backwards here, I think.
Fornicated.
I think banged still kind of hangs around.
I think
a little bit.
Smushed?
I'd never have said smushed.
Is pounded a thing?
If you do it right.
Lots of options out there, folks. It's going to be a Friday. I feel it already on the show. We got some new laws that are coming into effect, at least for those of us in the Sunshine State. The rest of you don't have to worry about these, thank God. What do you need to worry about? Well, we got this. Senate Bill 1090 increases penalties regarding the sale of alcohol. We also have voter registration applications. The law is changing that. Emergency insulin refills.
Whoa, part time.
In-store servicing of alcoholic beverages. This says it allows distributors of distilled spirits, including brandy, whiskey, or rum, to provide in-store servicing of these beverages for vendors they sell to. The authorization includes placing these drinks on store shelves, rotating bottles, and price stamping the products. I didn't even know they couldn't do that before. We now have purple alerts. Purple alerts. Wait, what's a purple alert?
We've seen that.
So you can't, currently, if you are a liquor or beer distributor, you can't go.
A liquor.
Lick.
You can't go to like one of your clients, like your ABC, and arrange the bottles on a shelf?
I guess not until July 1st when that goes into effect.
That's all.
Now, we have Tuskegee Airmen Commemoration Day. There's a lot of big things happening here. And the last one on alcohol is increased penalties for breaking Florida's laws regarding the sale of alcoholic beverages. That's like to minors, et cetera, et cetera. Before we take a break, very quickly, some emails coming in. tipsofthenewsjunkie.com and Pete emails. Hey, guys, longtime listener, first-time reacher-outer. I've discovered a major glick that affects in-store eaters, says Pete. As a father of 2 young children, we spend many hours at the local grocery store. We've become accustomed to enjoying various snacks as we wander the aisles. On my last visit, we consumed a half a bottle of chocolate milk, a couple of granola bars, and several chips. The issue occurs when we try to check out, and the self-checkout at this particular store weighs every item and alerts the cashier every time a weight is off. This becomes extremely annoying and time-consuming for myself and the staff, he says. I just read this before sending and realized how utterly boring this is. I'm sending it anyway.
I mean, I didn't realize I don't really consume much of the groceries before I pay for them.
Mm-hmm.
Cool guy.
Follows the rules once again over there.
It's not about rules. It's, I mean, if I wanted to, I would. But, like, if I get a soda at the deli, that doesn't get weighed. So what else am I going to be snacking on?
They snack on all sorts of stuff, apparently. There's people that will just start digging in.
It's just weird that he's like, this is an ongoing problem. I was like, it's not if you stop going to the self-checkout.
Yeah, good. Could change things up. Kathy emails tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Even though I live in Port St. Loserville, Sabrina, I met people on the Treasure Coast.
What did I say and do?
You said something about PSL that really burnt their toast.
I think so.
I also followed it with, it's nothing to do with the people who live there. It has everything to do with the cops and the local government.
Kathy says, even though I live in Port St. Loserville, Sabrina, I met people on the Treasure Coast who listen to the show on iHeartRadio. It took going to Just Okay 8 to meet people near where I live. Matt, a.k.a. Captain Spaulding from the Devil's Rejects movie by Rob Zombie. He lives 0.02 miles away from us. Going to Palm Beach tasting Saturday as friends of the News Junkie show. I love you all. Sabrina, Sean, and C-Lane. Jackson is adorable, says Kathy.
Oh,
thank you,
Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy. And your emails are rolling in.
Sorry about where you live.
tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Plus, set of those dispatches on this lovely Friday. When we come back, was C-Lane right about O.J. Simpson? We shall
Please
find.
don't tell me you're going to bring up the link that he sent this morning.
No, but that was wrong. That was wrong of you to do.
Sabrina.
I didn't click it, obviously.
I was like, either she didn't click it and she's just like, oh, wow, that's crazy.
No,
and, we'll hear more about it on the show.
I was there with the assist, my friend.
I thought either it was that or she clicked it and she's like, I still need Sean to click this, so I'm going to go crazy, you know?
All right. Boy, did I get a whole group chat with that. Thank you very much.
We will get into what was in this email. Don't spoil that just yet. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about if C-Lane was right about O.J. Simpson and a whole lot more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Smart speakers can't stop you from saying stupid stuff when you're coming out of anesthesia. When I grow up, I want to be a puppy. But they can't play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. All you got to do is ask.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like the heaviest delay right now is I-4, that's eastbound approaching Colonial Drive from OBT, as well as east and westbound approaching State Road 535 as usual, but thankfully no major delays due to incidents on the Turnpike north and southbound, as well as the Greenway and east and westbound lanes of the 408 are also clear. To leave a tip, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Introducing Tanzite Stone Tile Flooring, a game changer in the tile industry. Say goodbye to the trade-off between durability and easy installation with Tanzite's revolutionary indoor-outdoor stone tile. Visit Tanzite.com to see how our tile is installed without concrete or mortar. Instead, our innovative rubber gasket system connects the tiles together. Each tile coming pre-assembled, you simply grab one and place it. No expertise needed. At Tanzite.com, you can see how our foam-back tiles contour to cover any existing floor while insulating against sound and cold. Beautiful and versatile. Tanzite tile adapts to indoor or outdoor use, from kitchens to patios, on concrete basements or wooden decks. All with the durability of stone that's guaranteed for life. Witness this innovative product yourself and order a sample today at Tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant, the Improv Comedy Club, is becoming the Funny Bone. Enjoy the same great talent and awesome live comedy experience at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Kev Herrera, known for his comedic wit, on April 12th and 13th. Followed by Nimish Patel on April 19th and 20th. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Home to the best comedic talent on tour nationally. Come get funny at the Funny Bone.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
By the time it's tax day on Monday, April 15th, you've either filed or filed for an extension. And regardless of that fact, McDonald's is giving you a tasty reason to celebrate. Only on tax day, go ahead and order your favorite McCrispy sandwich for just $3 in the McD app. It's a delicious way to say, hey, I deserve it. any tender and juicy McCrispy sandwich. So file that McDonald's order only on tax day and only in the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid only on 4/15/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79 from the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Another happy Safelite customer.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
There I was driving down the highway when out of nowhere, a rock hits my windshield. So annoying. But then I remembered Safelite repair, Safelite replace. I booked my appointment at Safelite.com. And with my insurance, my new windshield was no cost to me. Safelite even handled my insurance claim, which was the best.
Cracked windshield? Just go to Safelite.com and let Safelite take care of everything.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
It's Ladero! It's sensational!
Orlando City is on the road next weekend as the Lions face DC United on Saturday, April 13th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 6:30 to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
I'm Johnny B. Good, the host of the podcast Creating a Con, the story of Bitcoin. This podcast dives deep into the story of Ray Trapani and his company Centratech. I'll explore how 3 20-somethings built a company out of lies, deceit, and greed.
I've been saying since a very young age that I was going to be a millionaire. If someone's like, oh, what's your best way of making money? I'm like, oh, we should start some sort of scheme.
Listen to Creating a Con, the story of Bitcoin, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This is
That's how you join the show. And you can do it from anywhere over at thenewsjunkie.com. And was C-Lane right about O.J. Simpson? We'll get into that in just a moment. I thought I killed Courtney for a second yesterday.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
thought that she was going to die.
That's a good segue from O.J. Simpson.
And then afterwards, I was as offended by her as I have ever been in our 10-year relationship. Okay.
Happy anniversary.
I didn't, excuse me, I didn't tell anybody else about this, but I'll tell you now. I was getting ready to go take the dog for a walk. We're going to go, both of us, take Lady for a walk around the neighborhood yesterday. And I walked out of the bedroom, and I was in my boxers, and I walked out with my shoes in my hand. And she thought for a second that I was going to go walk the dog in my boxers like I had forgotten my shorts or something. Okay. And so she starts laughing like, the dummy forgot, didn't even put shorts on. Here he is. And she's laughing at me in my boxers. And then she just trips herself up. And then she's really laughing. And I inform her, I go, you know, you're just laughing at me in my boxer shorts right now. Like, this is a real shot to the ego right now. And it makes her laugh even harder. And she goes into the bathroom at one point in time, and I just hear her in there falling apart, just complete, like the hardest a human being could laugh, spiraling all over the site of me.
So you're mad at her
and my
because she had a
boxer
good
shorts.
time.
No, I'm happy she had a good time, but I was like, could you imagine if you came out in like your underwear and I started laughing at you? I was like, how would you feel about that? And she's like, no, I didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't because you were in your boxers.
God, the guilt trip, man.
I was like, what would you be thinking? I walked out with my boxers and you are just cackling, just dying on the floor.
So because you felt some sort of way, you had to guilt her.
I only
never
thought about
again.
it. I thought about like halfway into it. First, I was worried because I was like, is she having a breakdown? There's a lot of laughing going on. And then after I got past that, I was like, what if I did this to her? How would you? And then from there, I was like, I really don't care.
Okay.
And then she went
now
overboard.
She has to think about it the rest of the night.
No, she doesn't. She was free and clear of it. She just laughs about it every time she thinks of it. And I had to tell her, I was like, you don't have to go overboard now, because she was going overboard. She's like, no, when I see you in your boxers, it's so sexy. And I'm like, come on. Yeah, I don't need you to overcorrect here. I know what's happened. I know the situation we're dealing with. We'll just take it for what it is. C-Lane, you may have been right. All right? We don't say this much on the show on account of C-Lane's not right very often. Okay?
I think you just try to avoid saying it.
We don't mention this because generally he swings and he misses. But every once in a while...
Generally, I swing and I miss?
Yeah, he's having a moment.
Like a broken clock, every once in a while, he gets it right. And I don't know. I can't say 100% you got this right, but I'll explain. This will all make sense here in a second. So obviously one of the biggest stories this week was O.J. Simpson died. He died of cancer in his 70s. He was 76 years old. I regret to inform you the football and stabbing great is DEAD at 76. And we remember O.J. for some football stuff, for the Naked Gun, and also for murder. And when we were talking about this story, right after it broke that O.J. Simpson was dead, C-Lane said, I wonder if he confessed to the family on his deathbed. Or even if he's going to record something and release something in like a last-minute confession, even though he wrote the books and did all, everybody knows, like anybody with a brain, other than that one guy who did the documentary trying to say O.J. was innocent still, other than that guy, everybody knows O.J. did this thing, right? But C-Lane goes, what if on his deathbed he admits to it? And stranger even, he's got kids that were children that he had with Nicole Brown Simpson, the person that he killed. And what if he confessed to them? Well, here's the news story that we see today, which leads me to a partial maybe C-Lane was possibly right, all right? It says, all of O.J. Simpson's kids, including 2 with murdered wife Nicole, were at his side in his final days. Friends, family, and medical staffers were forced to sign NDAs.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
When they gathered with OJ.
Wait, who forced them?
Well, forced is what they use in the article from the New York Post here. They asked them to sign NDAs. They didn't force them at gunpoint or anything, as far as I'm aware here.
But I resubmit my questions, though. Who's the one that's just carrying around NDAs?
That's a question. And is OJ in the way out? He's just like, I did it. And they go, quick, get all the NDAs right now. We need everybody signing this thing.
This is so interesting to me. So, their reasons, according to the source, is privacy, right? Which is very, it's a big umbrella term.
Right.
But the idea that 30 to 50 people had to sign these NDAs.
Is this something you've ever heard of before? Because I don't think I have. I don't think I've heard.
If the NDA is tight, then no, we probably shouldn't have heard it.
Yeah, it's strange. It's even kind of strange that we know that there was an NDA. But I'm saying I've never heard of there being an NDA at somebody's deathbed. You hear it at like a business meeting. You hear it at, it's mostly that. You hear it at some sort of, like if a celebrity is hanging out with somebody or dating them. You hear all these different things, non-disclosure agreements where they want to keep something on the hush-hush. But I've never heard like this person's about to die, got to sign an NDA. And then you wonder, well, why would that be in this case?
Okay, so I've heard multiple rumors. And these are just that. But this one rumor kind of stuck out to me. And this is alleged. This is a conspiracy theory. It's all the things as if I signed something myself, so I am not going to be held accountable. But somebody had texted me yesterday as we were talking about it, or when the news broke, rather, that there was this, I'm trying to find the exact text, so it's, he was known to sleep with trans girls.
O.J. Simpson was?
And he could have contracted a particular type of stida, which led to anal cancer. Just saying, end quote. Allegedly, rumor has it. Boom.
Wait. Did we ever figure out if it was anal cancer or if did they ever mention what type of cancer it was?
So
they talked about it.
In February, there was a rumor or something going around online that he was in hospice care for prostate cancer. And then he released a Twitter World video like, oh, that's crazy, Twitter World. Hospice? I'm not in hospice.
This look like a hospice to you?
Yeah. And so that was why we thought we'd heard he had cancer before, because there was that thing. And then he kind of squashed that, we thought.
Yeah. I mean, allegedly, at least. We'll throw out a lot of allegedlys in this segment. Chi-Town says, what are they going to do if you ignore the NDA? He's gone. He can't pursue anything. I don't know.
But his estate can.
Possibly. Ardness on Twitch says, would an NDA cover the confession of a crime even though he was acquitted of that crime? I don't know. A lot of questions here. A lot of questions. And they're just suggesting that 20 to 30 to 50, they say, people signed an NDA to be close to O.J. Simpson in his final moments.
I think part of that, the reason there's 30 to 50, is they also had the people that were in the hospice care, like those people had to sign the NDA too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, medical professionals and stuff.
Why would
that
they
would
have
be pretty
to sign
amazing.
an NDA if there's HIPAA violations that would stop them from revealing anything?
Oh man, now we're going to get into the weeds here. Not everything is a HIPAA violation that they wouldn't want to know. Like, okay, as far as I know, I could be wrong about this. I'm not a HIPAA expert by any stretch of the imagination. But if there is a doctor, Dr. A, and Dr. A is taking care of patient X, and patient X has all sorts of medical maladies, and Dr. A tells people about that, it seems like that could be a HIPAA issue, right? The doctor is disclosing private information, the medical information of patient X. But if patient X said, I like stabbing people, that's very different, right? Like the doctor is not violating HIPAA by repurposing information or just restating information that the patient said to them. That's not like medical related, right? I don't know. I'm guessing here. I think that might be the case.
This is also, could that doctor say, I had a patient once that said that they love stabbing people, but could they go to the cops, or is there an ethical responsibility to go to the police saying that this patient, first and last name and all the other information, said that they love to stab people?
Well, I'm saying I don't think it's like when
cops. The patient said to me,
I like stabbing people. I think that it's not like attorney-client privilege. You know what I mean? I think it's not like that. I think it's more so medical stuff that you wouldn't repeat. So they're going, we got to cover this with the NDA in case OJ starts blabbing all kinds of things out loud.
But then, who makes the decision that they're like, you know what? OJ's not doing so well. We need to make sure nobody says anything in case he starts running his mouth. Who is the person that is that invested in making sure that there's never a confession from O.J. Simpson?
Good question. I'm not sure. Maybe one of the kids.
What do they gain out of it?
Yeah, it's not like it's going to harm reputation so much.
It's hard to do that. It's already really, really hard to do.
Already quite a few problems there. They say all these years later, again, it happened back in 1994 when O.J. Simpson was in the back seat of that white Ford Bronco that we all remember, or at least those of us who were alive in the slowest police chase that I can remember. Slow speed pursuit through L.A.
You know what must have been difficult is that helicopter trying to follow it. They have to go a certain speed without falling out of the sky, right?
30, 40 miles an hour, they're following along.
Topping at 15.
Top-notch friend Al Cowlings was behind the wheel and hanging out with him. It was a real friend to come through in the clutch and do the speed police chase with old OJ. Made Al Cowlings famous, at least a little bit at the time. And they say that vehicle is still around. That Bronco is still kicking out there. And the last time it was sold, it went for, I think, $200,000. The 1993 Ford Bronco belonged to Al Cowlings, and O.J. Simpson just happened to have an identical version that was seized by police. You want the Al Cowlings version. That's the nice collectible one. All right, let's go to you. Let's see what you got going on.
Do either of you have a favorite OJ meme now that some time has passed and the internet's had their way with the story?
I haven't seen anything great myself.
There's a very decent amount out there.
The one where his hearse should be a very elongated version of the Al Cowlings Ford Bronco.
I like that.
They said if the funeral procession doesn't go down the interstate with a bunch of cops following slowly, that's a missed opportunity. I just got that one sent to me. There's a lot of good stuff I've seen.
Lee Road on YouTube says, Sabrina, a helicopter can literally sit in one spot in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that could happen. But
I mean,
it's not like a plane, I guess.
It totally makes sense. Yeah, when they're hovering over a... But still, when you're moving forward, that takes... I feel like it might be harder to... You know what? This is why, one, I don't go in helicopters, and two, I will never strive to be a helicopter pilot. So if anyone listens that flies them, please let me know. Is it more difficult to follow a very slow car?
I'm with you. Helicopters is something magical happening there that I don't like.
Physically impossible.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what's going on there. Good on everybody who does, though. We'll go to you. Your dispatch is momentarily. Go to the newsjunkie.com to record yours. A lot of people chiming in about this, so we'll talk about that. And the question that is going viral all over the place. What is it? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we're expecting a beautiful Friday. Friday-like weather is on the way with temperatures warming into the upper 70s and low 80s with plenty of sunshine. That sunshine will continue into the weekend. Temperatures staying right around the low 80s for highs. But as we head to next week, we stay rain-free. However, temperatures will be warming up in a big way. Expect highs to warm into the low 90s as early as Wednesday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that Fresh from Florida sweet corn is in season now. And for amazing sweet corn recipes, visit freshfromflorida.com. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Folks, we live in Central Florida, most of us do at least, and it's so important that your air conditioning works perfectly every single time you try it. That's why I strongly suggest you call Mills Air. They are just the best. These folks are going to treat you right. You don't have to panic about having a problem with your AC. I know that can be stressful. Don't worry about it. You're in good hands with Mills Air. And they've been doing this since 1992. Their techs can service any brand out there, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which can get you access to really big rebates. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159. Or you can find them online at millsair.com.
Nervous about investing in college savings right now? Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. Our 529 prepaid plans are 100% risk-free because they're backed by the state of Florida, so you can never lose your investment. And now, prepaid plans start at just $34 a month. Open enrollment only happens once a year, so don't miss your chance to lock in the lowest prepaid plan prices in 10 years. Florida Prepaid open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The #1 cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
They're modern-day con artists, and they're the focus of Creating a Con, a true crime anthology podcast. Season 1 spotlights Ray Trapani and his tech startup scam, endorsed by DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather, and built on empty promises and millions from bilked investors.
If someone's like, oh, what's your best way of making money? I don't think start a business. I'm like, oh, we should start some sort of scheme, and I can't help it.
Listen to Creating a Con on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Creating a Con.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now. Like Lost 80s. Just search Lost 80s and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
We appreciate you. In fact, we couldn't do it without you. You help make this show what it is, and we appreciate the dispatches you send. You could do that, get your opinion on the show momentarily by going to thenewsjunkie.com and following the directions to leave a dispatch over there. There is a question that has gone viral this week, and I think it's an interesting one in some ways. It's all over social media. It's all over creation.
Facebook,
there it is.
Instagram, Twitter. Y'all see this?
The question is posed to only women. So the ladies that are listening, this is posed to just you. That's why it started to go viral. And the question is, would you want to be stuck in the wild or in the forest, some people say? Would you rather be stuck in the forest with a man or a bear is the question. And a stunning amount of women will answer the bear. They would rather have the bear with them in the forest.
Why?
And
what good is a bear?
I think you could read the tea leaves here, and they're
Ask
saying
the
like
same question the other way around. See that?
they're saying like the man is more
What good is a
dangerous to
woman?
them.
Bear or
There's a-
woman?
Look, they're suggesting that the man is more dangerous to them, and I
What
thought
man,
to myself,
though?
well, that's it. That's the question, isn't it? If you say, would you rather be stuck in the forest with a man or a bear? Is the man a friendly man, or is the man hunting you like the bear would be hunting you? Or because if I am asked that question and they go, would you rather be stuck in the forest with a man or a bear? And I said, is the man like friendly?
Is he
Yes.
a predator?
Yeah, like does the man have a gun? Is he chasing me? Then give me the bear all day long. But if the man is friendly, then I'll take him over the bear.
Trick question. Is it still a man but a gay, hairy man?
It doesn't say that. They didn't clarify. There's no follow-up questions at all. It's just, would you rather be stuck in the forest with a man or a bear? And many women were answering saying, look, I'll take the bear. I'll choose that one. But a lot of people said it depends on what man, because that is the biggest question. That's the one right there. Is this somebody who's wanted?
How much of a background check do you get? But then again, it could be someone who appears cool, a man who appears just fine, and perhaps you could live in a forest with them for a certain amount, but it could be a snap moment.
Yeah, you never know.
All of a sudden, you something changes, and they're feeling a certain kind of way. Then, boom, maybe better off with the bear.
I would posit it this way: if both bear and man are hunting you, I will take my chances with the bear. You know what I mean? The bear is not going to be able to get me. I am Sean Watson, and I can beat a bear. I can't fight a bear, but I could probably outsmart a bear. And if a human is hunting me, I am probably dead. They're probably going to kill me if they have any level of skill, because I don't know if you guys know this, all right? I am not very good at being in the forest, okay? I want to throw that out there. My survival skills are not great. Sorry. Man's going to kill me out there. What do you think? Does this say something about the person in question? Is it like a reveal? Is it a self-report? Would you rather be stuck in the forest with a man or a bear? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your dispatch right now. A lot of people are talking about helicopters right now.
I got to say, I do feel like an idiot. And it was just one of those moments. Beautiful thing about radio is that things can be very fleeting. It's just you talk, and it's there in the cloud for you to listen to. So, yeah, it took me a moment, and by the moment, I mean someone calling me out that, yes, helicopters can stay still. They do it all the time when there's an accident or some sort of Easter egg drop. I don't know, but...
Easter egg drop.
Those are two very specific examples.
But they stay still for it. Do they not?
do. I'm not saying they don't.
But that being said, if you have to drive it or fly it so slowly behind the Bronco that's going all of, 25, 30 miles an hour?
the Goodyear blimp could have covered that chase.
It could have. Yeah, I believe it could have. I want to do a segment
or like a
so bad.
birthday balloon.
One day, I want to do a segment where I purposely drop all of those little bombs. Like I would say, oh, man, I was watching that New York Marlins game last night, and it would just slowly but surely dribble out in one segment like 40 or so of those.
But don't address
bombs.
any of the corrections.
Never say anything about it. I have to get you guys in on it, because I'll be like, don't say anything, don't react to it, don't correct it when I do it. I'll be like, I was driving my Mitsubishi Miata, and as I was cruising along, and just keep doing that, and it will, I believe, cause the texting service to implode. I think that it would break it once and for all.
That a helicopter has to cover over.
That's the way you get the most responses out of anybody. If you make any kind of silly verbal mistake, people, I'm going to correct them on this. I'm going to correct, which is why my favorite thing in the world is when somebody tries to correct you and then they're wrong. That's the best.
Sweet, sweet redemption whenever that happens. I love it.
It feels real good. All right, let's go over to you and your dispatches. Jazzy Josh is talking about helicopters. I told you this has got people talking. Here we go.
Yeah, Sean, if planes scare you, then no way you would last in a helicopter. It is absolutely terrifying. One year at Earth Day birthday, they were doing like $50 5-minute helicopter rides, and me and my girlfriend went up there, and My girlfriend was screaming and crying the entire time, holding on to my arm so tight that it made me bleed. I was laughing the whole time, but I was also terrified. So, yeah.
The sex they had
I don't
after
think
that,
I'd ever
though.
do that ever again.
Just next level. I'm not with it. I think helicopters are a little bit frightening. I've heard all the smart people, the smart helicopter experts who say, oh, it doesn't just drop directly to the ground if the blade stops spinning immediately, and it's safer than you think. I don't care. Seems weird to me. Seems bad.
It wouldn't just drop directly to the ground. It would spiral out of control.
They say it doesn't. I'm telling you, I've seen something. We talked about this one time.
And same day that pass her out NDAs at OJ's deathbed?
Mm-hmm. Possibly. It could be that. They're saying, the person that I heard from, whoever it was sent me a link, and it said, if a helicopter's blade stops rotating immediately, it won't just drop to the ground and crash. And there's like a whole thing. I read a bunch of it, and then I forgot all of it. So it didn't stick with me, whatever it was. But it didn't change my outlook on helicopters. I still think they're very, very weird and very, very frightening, but beautiful if you're into it. We are going to get to more of these dispatches, and I'm going to get deep into the thought of whether I'd like to be in the forest with a man or a bear, and just what that man wants to do in the forest with me. We'll get down to the bottom of all of this on the show today.
Bottom.
You know what? At least I feel desired by the man in the forest, as bad as that sounds. At least somebody wants me to be in the forest with him.
That bear wanted Leo.
Oh, I only saw that once. That was one of those movies that is not rewatchable to me. Like this isn't. There's zero fun in this whole movie right here.
Was the rumor that the bear was going to bang him, and that's why so many wanted to watch.
Could have shaped how people answered this question. We'll see what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, you know what? We got time to play one or two of these.
A little bit.
I think so. Here's Daddy Dump Button with a dispatch.
Hey, I'm not entirely sure how NDAs work and what they prohibit you from doing, but I did see a picture of him on his deathbed that was described as a leaked photo. So it could just be something as simple as prohibiting anybody in that room from, taking videos or photos or audio recordings.
They didn't allow phones in.
Privacy.
Really?
Yeah. To the party.
So they had them sign an NDA before they saw OJ on his deathbed, and they had them put their phones in like some kind of thing so they couldn't bring them in and take pictures.
I don't know if they had to put them in like a pouch or just a bin outside, but one of the things that was part of the story was that the phones were not allowed in the room.
Celine, you are so right about this. Who is they?
Yeah.
Who is the they here? This can't possibly be hospice people. This can't possibly be like the medical folks who are going, oh, yeah, we want you to no phones and sign an NDA. They don't do that for anybody else. Who is the they?
Who is the they, and what does it accomplish? If the they is the children, the two youngest children that he had with Nicole Brown Simpson, or are they like, do they not want to tarnish his reputation? You can't tarnish that reputation.
No. Yeah.
People are speculating on the texting service that it could be about somebody trying to sell the story to the media.
Yeah.
In which case there'd be a paper trail if there's money exchanged, and then you would know who leaked it out. But if it's just about the information getting out, what do you have to lose?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
It's very strange. We'll see if we can get down to the bottom of it. O.J. Simpson, Orenthal Jimmy Simpson, dead at 76 years old. We'll be back in just a moment with your dispatches. Plus, oh no, there's trouble in paradise. What's happening? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
All the cool kids are doing it, and you want to be like the cool kids, don't you? Well, don't you? The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like the heaviest delay right now is I-4, that's eastbound approaching Colonial Drive from OVT, as well as east and westbound approaching State Road 535 as usual, but thankfully no major delays due to incidents on the Turnpike north and southbound, as well as the Greenway and east and westbound lanes of the 408 are also clear. To leave a tip, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. 7. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Cracker Barrel. It pays to be early because at Cracker Barrel, you can get early dinner deals weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. That includes their signature meatloaf, home-style chicken, and more, starting at just $8.99. So make tonight an early dinner night.
This Saturday at Elixir, it's MMA Fight Time with Pereira vs. Hill. You can watch it at Elixir Bar, downtown Orlando. No cover, drink specials, and great food. Join Jack Bradshaw from the Jim Colbert Show and Angel Rivera from the Monsters at Elixir at 9 p.m. Also at Elixir, you can buy your Earth Day birthday general admission tickets during regular business hours, cash only, and skip those Ticketmaster service charges. Earth Day birthday is April 20th at Central Florida Fairgrounds. And this year, the Angel of Boom will be hosting the Real Radio Monsters Chill Zone, where we also have the acoustic stage. Elixir Kitchen and Bar, downtown Orlando, 9 West Washington Street near Orange Avenue. Find them at elixirorlando.com.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
You got a service dog? Actually, he's a deals dog. Since I'm looking for a new car, I trained him to sniff out awesome rates, member discounts, and fast decisions. Cool, huh?
But you know Navy Federal Credit Union has all those things, right?
You're right. He's got the scent. Oh, wait. Nope. That's just the bacon in my pocket.
Apply for a Navy Federal Credit Union auto loan online, at a branch, or on our mobile app. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Message and data rates may apply. Visit NavyFederal.org for more information.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
If it plugs and turns on whatever the make, get it all covered, 'cause everything breaks.
It's a fact. Things in your home are gonna break. Appliances and plumbing can cost hundreds to thousands to repair. Air conditioning, even more. Don't let home repairs break the bank. Call GoEverythingBreaks.com today and get a free quote for total home warranty protection. Everything Breaks covers major home systems and appliances, starting at $1 a day, including electronics, from cell phones to flat screens and more. Call in the next 30 minutes and get 3 months of coverage for half off. Plus, gain instant vehicle repair savings too. For a free coverage quote now, call 800-FIX-IT-77. That's 800-FIX-IT-77. One free call could save you thousands.
Get it all covered your way, 'cause everything breaks.
Limitations and exclusions apply. See plan terms and conditions for details. Coverage not available in all states. Actual savings may vary based on the coverage plan and repairs needed. Call 800-FIX-IT-77. Online at GoEverythingBreaks.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you getting a nice tax refund this season? Even if you're not, grow your money and earn up to 5% annual percent yield on a 12-month share certificate or 5.25% on a jumbo certificate from my good friends at Suncoast Credit Union. This is Mike Bianchi. With 3 Central Florida locations, Suncoast makes it simple for you to become a member and open a share certificate to fit your needs. Visit any of their new locations on South Cimarron, South Orange Blossom, or the Loop in Kissimmee, or just go to suncoastcreditunion.com to learn more. And remember, with Suncoast, you always get more love and less fees.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Finn, the end. It's over. It is no more. And I knew it was going to happen. I saw it from 8,000 miles away. The Golden Bachelor, the couple is getting divorced.
Oh.
And this should be a surprise to 0 people on planet Earth, because this whole thing was nonsense from the jump. I told you when they had that story out, and they're like, oh, they love each other so much, but they're not living together. And they talk on the phone all the time. And I go, you can't be married to somebody, have a close marriage, and like you live in 2 different states. You're not with each other 9 times out of 10. You barely ever, like, you vacation to see each other. No way, man. The Golden Bachelor was doomed from the jump, and here we are with weird old
But
Jerry
not because
Turner.
of the show, just because of them.
Yeah, it's not the show. No, it's not like because I think that method actually can work sometimes. There's some couples that have met on that show. Though I don't think it's as effective as other shows, strangely enough. Like Big Brother is really good at pairing people together who stay in relationships.
If there's one way to really get to know somebody, it's being in the same place for 24 hours.
Same place, 24 hours, can't get away from them. And guess what? No television, no cell phones, no distractions. What do you do in that time? You simply talk to the people around you. Talking to people is what connects you with people, and then you find somebody that you fall in love with. But for the Golden Bachelor, it was not meant to be, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say the sport of their relationship is now over. Want to hear from them and see what they said? A little post-mortem, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
The Goblin sat down on the couch next to old Kermit himself, and they talked with Good Morning America about their relationship.
It's been a couple months since your wedding, and you have some news to share.
Oh, they're both announcing it.
Yep, yeah, they're together. They've got to speak out. They got an announcement.
Love and support from so many people who watch The Golden Bachelor, and I don't think we can tell you how many people told us that it gave them so much hope.
That's why he's divorcing her. That noise in her mouth.
I mean, he has to be worse.
The Golden Bachelor is sitting next to her. The body language is not good. Not good on this couch. These two.
It's actually 2 chairs.
You're right. Yeah, they're in separate chairs and I've been sitting next to each other.
If it wasn't for their divorce, it would have been one love seat, but it is not. Just two recliners.
You know what this is? This is two independent people who just aren't made to be in a relationship right now, even though they thought when they were sucking faces this was going to last for the rest of their days.
We want none of that to change for anybody.
Glad you said
Teresa and I have had a number of heart-to-heart conversations, and we've looked closely at our situation, our living situation, and so forth, and we've kind of come to the conclusion mutually.
I mean, no wonder, because he's boring. Turns out not a lot going on with Kermit.
Why not just be like, we're getting a divorce?
Teresa and I, we've analyzed from multiple angles the potential of our love being a solid institution on which we can...
You say you're getting a divorce, man.
Now, riddle me this. Let's say that they go to start getting together the Golden Bachelorette, and none of the gals wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So now, who's going to be the first one up? Recently
Teresa?
Divorced?
Oh, it could be.
Ready to mingle with all those?
You know what? It very well could be. And people really know her because she went all the way through this thing, but he can't even get out the phrase, hey, we're getting divorced.
That it's probably time for us to dissolve our marriage.
Get a divorce.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 months after getting married.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could imagine what the reaction's going to be. I'm sure you've already imagined.
We were all lied to. That's
Love
the
is
reaction.
dead.
These two never were going to be together. And they never moved their houses. They never decided to like intermingle stuff. They just weren't going to do it. It is really, really, really just a bad match, I think. The Goblin, there's somebody for her out there. There truly is. I hope she finds the love she's looking for. I sense some sinister things in the old Golden Bachelor. I don't know what it is about him.
What do you mean?
I don't trust him. I don't know what's going on with that guy. I don't know where the bodies are buried.
I mean,
but
they claim in this interview that it's basically, I don't think either of them want to leave their families to be together.
Sure.
So
I
they're
can't
like,
blame them.
They're like, but we're still in love. You know, we never fell out of love. We're just not going to be
they're
married.
going to meet up once a quarter to bang it out, and that's it.
all right, here's why this doesn't work. And here's why the institution of the Golden Bachelor will never work.
Oh, gosh.
Okay? When you have the Bachelor or the Bachelorette, you have young people with their lives ahead of them. Most of them don't even have kids or anything like that. They are single. They're ready to be in a relationship. They get to know each other. They go on this whirlwind experience with one another. And then afterwards, they have tough conversations. Where are we going to live? What are we going to do? What are our living arrangements going to be? They decide on those, and then boom, they go from there. No person who is single and in like their 60s or 70s is going to want to uproot that life. They're not going to want to move away from their kids. They're not going to want to move away from the house that they have, that they're tied to, that they love. The Golden Bachelor is never going to work for this reason, unless they do the Golden Bachelor LA, the Golden Bachelor Chicago, and everybody involved is from the same city. Because if these people are like, they live far from each other, it's just not going to work. When you're young, you'll do that. When you're older, you're not going to want to.
And that's not necessarily going to work either. I mean, look at all the Bachelor Nation people who have seen many seasons, whether they're on Bachelor in Paradise or they find themselves in some other reality show. When you get the taste of reality star fame,
yes,
unless you both are up for it, I don't think it'll last very long.
I don't think so either. You're too rooted in the way that you are as a person of that age. Like I look at this and I go, imagine my mom and my dad were still alive, and then they divorced, and then I imagine my mom going on a show like this. Would she go, well, guys, I'm moving to this city, like I'm moving to North Dakota, I'm moving to another state, right? I'm moving to North Dakota because of this guy I saw on the show. I, in these years, won't be around my grandkids. I won't be around my great-grandkids in some cases. I won't be around my children. It's too hard. You're rooted at that age. Like,
your mom, Sabrina, I imagine she'll probably spend the rest of her time, as well as your dad, in the place where they live now. I don't think that they would right now. Who moves other than maybe to move away from cold, right? Who moves to another state when they're in like their 60s or 70s? I don't think that many people do, other than like snowbirds.
No, I mean, if
stuff.
you financially plan properly, you just get a home somewhere else and you stay there for a couple months.
I think that people get so locked in to who they are at that age, and this was never going to happen. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. There's something about that guy, though. I can't really put my finger on what it is. There's something
Maybe
about
it's his
him.
voice.
This Kermit the Frog voice is really doesn't help.
We're going to have to dissolve our marriage. You
mean get a divorce? Yes. That's what they're doing. So after 3 months.
Not so much the divorce question. Like I feel like she's asked that because you want to hear the D word. That's got to be the headline.
Mm-hmm.
But then afterward going, after 3 months?
Yeah, that's all you guys could do? You barely made it, out of the gate here. Couldn't even get it to half a year or anything.
I think if they had met in a more traditional manner, they just would have never gotten married. But because it was the Golden Bachelor, and you get to the end and you get on one knee and you do the proposal thing.
That must come with some sort of prenup, right? Like with
I would
the
think.
show.
Yeah,
Because she did very well for herself.
She
right?
was wealthy. Yeah, she was wealthy. And there was people saying that he was like trying to get with her because of that, and like chose her because she had more money and had been successful, and like, old man gold digger, whatever they call that. All right, let's go to a couple of dispatches real quick and see what's going on. Here is Flip has a dispatch talking about accents. Let's see what he says.
So a number of years ago, my family and I, we moved to South Carolina from Ohio. And when we got down there, everybody thought we were from Canada because we didn't have any accent.
Mm-hmm.
We just had this Midwestern kind of nothing going on. And everybody thought we were from Canada. But our youngest, who was like 2, 3 at the time, he would start coming home from preschool and elementary school, a little bit of hey y'all in his speech pattern, and so we had to nip that in the bud. And then his oldest sibling, his sister, went away to the Army and came home sounding a little gangstery. And before that, she was an intern on a couple different dude ranches in the Carolinas and in Texas. Came home with a little bit of hey y'all in her. So it's definitely who you surround yourself with. You're going to pick up those speech patterns.
Yeah.
So yeah, that Jersey thing runs deep.
Yeah, and I think, and I don't want to get like too psychoanalytical on this. When it comes to accents, he's talking about this little girl, and her aunt played a video of her where she would say something and the little girl would repeat it, and already at like a year old, she had a Jersey accent, like a thick Jersey accent. I think what's happening there is, as humans, we've evolved to like fit in. We want to fit in with whatever group that we are with. And so if that group speaks a particular way or dresses a particular way or has any number of things that they do as a group, we try to assimilate to those things. I think it's like a natural thing.
I definitely am an assimilator, a chameleon even. I know that if I were to spend a bunch of time in a different place, I would probably start talking like those people.
I think it's just natural. I think it happens to people. I think that this is something you see quite often. And there's lots of examples of it, but I don't know how strong it could be. Like, I would imagine if you move to London, you might start talking like a British person after a while.
Hello.
Like, all of a sudden, you got
tea and crumpets.
You got that working into your language. I think it could happen. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now.
They signed a prenup.
Did they?
Good. Yeah.
Good. Make it easy on the way out.
She's got to give back the engagement ring. That's always been part of the rules. Old Neil Lane gets that back.
Mm-hmm.
But it says the couple did sign a prenuptial agreement, adding that they highly recommend others do the same.
Yeah. It makes sense. It adds up. Well, when we come back, it's a troubling new trend in teenage sex, and we'll have to get into what's happening. It's something. It's something. And the New York Times has even picked up on this. What's going down? We will find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like the heaviest delay right now is I-4, that's eastbound approaching Colonial Drive from OBT, as well as east and westbound approaching State Road 535 as usual, but thankfully no major delays due to incidents on the Turnpike north and southbound, as well as the Greenway and east and westbound lanes of the 408 are also clear. To leave a tip, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
And here's some education for you, my friends. Let me tell you about that mortgage guy, Don, from thatmortgageguyDon.com. Did you know that he has the best rates on commercial loans, SBA loans, and business lines of credit? If you have a high interest rate SBA loan at 9, 10, or 11%, if you qualify and have paid on time for the past 2 years, guess what? That mortgage guy, Don, can get you a refinance SBA loan at an 8.25% fixed rate. You need a loan to buy a franchise? Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. Want to build or expand your business? Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. Peace of mind at your fingertips by going to, you guessed it, thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Another happy SafeLight customer.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
There I was driving down the highway when out of nowhere, a rock hits my windshield. So annoying. But then I remembered SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace. I booked my appointment at SafeLight.com. And with my insurance, my new windshield was no cost to me. SafeLight even handled my insurance claim, which was the best.
Cracked windshield? Just go to SafeLight.com and let SafeLight take care of everything.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
If it plugs and turns on whatever the make, get it all covered, 'cause everything breaks.
It's a fact. Things in your home are gonna break. Appliances and plumbing can cost hundreds to thousands to repair. Air conditioning, even more. Don't let home repairs break the bank. Call GoEverythingBreaks.com today and get a free quote for total home warranty protection. Everything Breaks covers major home systems and appliances, starting at $1 a day, including electronics, from cell phones to flat screens and more. Call in the next 30 minutes and get 3 months of coverage for half off. Plus, gain instant vehicle repair savings too. For a free coverage quote now, call 800-FIX-IT-77. That's 800-FIX-IT-77. One free call could save you thousands.
Get it all covered your way, 'cause everything breaks.
Limitations and exclusions apply. See plan terms and conditions for details. Coverage not available in all states. Actual savings may vary based on the coverage plan and repairs needed. Call 800-FIX-IT-77. Online at GoEverythingBreaks.com.
By the time it's tax day on Monday, April 15th, you've either filed or filed for an extension. And regardless of that fact, McDonald's is giving you a tasty reason to celebrate. Only on tax day, go ahead and order your favorite McCrispy sandwich for just $3 in the McD app. It's a delicious way to say, hey, I deserve it. Any tender and juicy McCrispy sandwich. So file that McDonald's order only on tax day and only in the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid only on 4/15/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79. From the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
I'm Johnny B. Good, the host of the podcast Creating a Con, the story of Bitcoin. This podcast dives deep into the story of Ray Trapani and his company, Centratech. I'll explore how three 20-somethings built a company out of lies, deceit, and greed.
I've been saying since a very young age that I was going to be a millionaire. If someone's like, oh, what's your best way of making money? I'm like, oh, we should start some sort of scheme.
Listen to Creating a Con, the story of Bitcoin on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
And we appreciate you hanging out with us. If you want to learn more, you can go to the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com. Go check that out, thenewsjunkie.com with an IE on the end. And during the show, you can join us with what we call a dispatch. Don't worry about holding on the phones. Your time's important. So is ours. We got a lot to cover today. So go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch today as well. O.J. Simpson on his deathbed, and of course, obviously afterwards, as he died at 76 years old this week. Do you guys know that he's still owed more than $100 million to the families of Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown, because in one of the most awkward things in history, he was found not guilty by a jury of his peers in the criminal case, but then they sued him civilly and they won. They, strangely enough, won the case against O.J. Simpson in the civil court.
Man, when I was young, I mean, like, so many people think of O.J. as, if you're my age, you're the very first big trial you ever remember.
Huge.
And when I was young, it was very hard to describe to me the second trial, like how that was even possible.
Yeah.
Like he was already done. It was not guilty. What does civil mean? I don't
See, in the United States of America, you could sue for whatever you want.
When we always go, whoa, isn't this double jeopardy? Because everybody will always bring that up and say, no, legally, he went through the process and O.J. Simpson was found not guilty. It's a crazy, crazy thing. And then civilly, they said, you owe big money to this family. He was found liable for $33.5 million for the murders of Ron Goldman and ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson. All the interests and all that has compounded and ballooned to over $100 million. And
wait, he's not paid it like even a little bit.
I guess he hasn't paid enough.
Principal?
They said the debt with interest has ballooned to over $100 million. They, being the Daily Mail here, they said families will collect what they can from the NFL star's estate. So those two families, Ron Goldman's family and Nicole Brown Simpson's family, are going to try to get some money out of this. And they said it could be in a trust. It could be probate. Maybe they don't even know if OJ just spent all the money, because he could just spend it all. And then when he dies, there's no money to give out to the victims' families.
Yeah, but he has assets, right? I mean,
he has to have some stuff.
Yeah, all the stuff that he actually went to jail for, trying to steal back.
Yeah. He must have some things.
even just memorabilia that they could sell. But they're not going to get
Royalties.
$100 million is a lot to ask for. I don't know if they're going to be able to get that. It is interesting that how has he been able to not pay that for all these years? He had the NFL money coming in, I think, unless they cut him off. I'm not sure if they did. Let us know if you know more. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. But it's time to talk about teenage sex. I know it seems strange. It seems a little uncomfortable.
I don't even want to play sexy music. Gotta be honest. It feels like
I'm not the one coming up with this. I looked at the New York Times right here. It says the troubling trend in teenage sex. And Debbie Herbernick. Debbie Herbernick is one of the foremost researchers on American sexual behavior. Little known fact, I am the second. I am behind Debbie Herbernick as a foremost researcher on American sexual behavior. That would make me the leading researcher, I think, if I was physically behind her. The director of the Center for Sexual Health Promotion at Indiana University and the author of the pointedly titled book, Yes, Your Kid. She shares her data, no matter how explicit, without judgment. And she says, now there is a troubling trend in teenage sex. I hesitate to throw this out to you, but anybody want to posit a guess as to what the trend is in teenage sex?
They're not using protection.
Not using protection is a good guess, but unfortunately for you, and fortunately for the teens, I guess, that is not correct. Anything come to mind, C-Lane?
Is this a new thing?
Nothing is new about it. It's just new in popularity with teenagers, as far as I can tell.
Are they doing the Catholic schoolgirl loophole?
Nope, no, it's not that. They say for the past 4 years, Dr. Herbernick has been tracking the rapid rise of rough sex among college students, particularly sexual strangulation.
Oh.
Probably didn't see that coming.
Oh, there's so many ways to put together that last phrase you just said.
Better ways is what Sabrina's implying.
I'm guessing that you probably didn't see that coming as the option they were taking for this teenage sex trend, right?
But I do know exactly what the fuddy-duddies, or maybe actual scientists, researchers will say, and what they'll blame it on.
What?
Is porn.
Yeah, you think so?
That I doubt.
What about 50 Shades of Grey type stuff? Like that sort of
He didn't
phenomenon.
do a lot of choking in that, from what I
never
read.
saw that. Yeah, all I know is it's sort of about BDSM stuff, but I've never watched that or seen anything about it.
The biggest thing about safe word and consent.
I don't know much about the. There was more of those too, wasn't there? Wasn't there like?
It was like 5 of them, but then it was very clear how little chemistry the actors had with each other.
Oh,
So,
really?
Not hot.
They said it's colloquially referred to as choking, and nearly 2/3 of women in the most recent campus representative survey of 5,000 students, all anonymized, said a partner had choked them during sex, which is up exponentially.
Oh, like
2/3.
surprise choking.
Yeah, they said a partner had choked them during sex. Wait, did it say surprise? Hold
No,
on.
usually it's a consensual choking.
You'd think, but it
It
doesn't
says-
seem to be. Why would this article come out? It seems alarming. Like they're getting choked without wanting to be choked.
No,
it's
it doesn't
coming
say
out because
that.
they're doing it.
Yeah, it says nearly 2/3 of women in her most recent survey of 5,000 students, anonymized, so they they didn't put their name with it or anything, said a partner had choked them during sex. 1/3 in their most recent encounter. So 1 out of 3 of them saying even their most recent time having sex. The rate of those women who said they were between the ages of 12 and 17 the first time that happened shot up to 40% from less than 25. So it's almost getting close to doubling with the amount of folks who are doing this, which is interesting. And the back and forth is really something else. They said there was a Q&A. They talked to a high school girl who was 16 years old, and they said, how come all boys want to choke you? And started a conversation with that. And then in a different class, a 15-year-old boy wanted to know why all girls want to be choked. So both sides of the equation piling up. And some of it is blamed on exactly what Sabrina said. You know, the content these kids are taking in is that, and then they mimic it, and then bam, they end up doing the very same thing.
I mean, we've been talking for a while now about like one of the number one things that like young people growing up and starting to explore sexually that don't realize is that porn is not realistic.
Right. Yeah. Far from it.
Some people are like, challenge accepted. We're gonna make it more of a normal thing.
And then if that's your experience with how you view all of these encounters going down, you go, well, let me mimic what I've seen. It totally makes sense that human behavior would go that way. Let's go to you from the dispatches I mentioned at the start here. All you have to do is go over to thenewsjunkie.com to record yours. Here is Synth Solution talking about that OJ money. He owes quite a bit.
Hey, junkies, happy Friday.
Sunday.
I might have an answer about the whole OJ thing. And when the civil suit came down, apparently there was something that actually prevented the ruling from accessing the pension from the NFL.
Oh, yeah?
He was able to collect that, and the families could not touch it. That's why a lot of times he didn't actually do any deals or anything outside of his book.
Right. I don't know that deals were flooding into O.J. Simpson, but you're saying he avoided them because he didn't want to bring in more income and he didn't want them to get money, which is really messed up. All of it tends to be. We were talking about how the Golden Bachelor is no more. They announced that they were divorcing because they were never even living together. Couldn't figure that out. Turns out the Golden Bachelor is a bad model, I think, because old folks who are set in their ways aren't going to move across the country. They're not going to abandon their family, their kids, their grandkids, the house that they love, that they've been in for God knows how long, to go live with somebody else. And doing that, being on a Golden Bachelor series or season and investing time in somebody and then marrying them afterwards requires one of the two people to do that if they don't live in the same spot. They have to move. They have to uproot themselves. And folks that old in life, golden ages, don't want to do that. Here's Guitar Slinger talking about this.
As a 62-year-old guy, and no jokes about me being an old dog, I'm still out there rocking it every weekend. So
too late.
Anyway, if something happened to my wife, my lovely lady of 28 years, I would not even want to think about sticking my toe into the dating world. Yes, too much aggravation. Just every couple times a month, just call the escort service and pay for it.
This guy's going right to the professionals.
And then aggravation is removed.
All right.
Set in my ways.
I wonder if he tells his wife that. If you die, I will never remarry. Now, I will visit the escorts or have them visit me quite often, but I'll just have you know, I won't be with
whores. I'm going to whores.
Only the professionals. All right, let's do one more. Here is Ozman talking about accents. All right, we'll hear you out.
I know for at least me personally, when it comes to accents, like I'm born and raised in Florida. You know, I've lived a couple of other places, but and I still live in Florida now.
Mm-hmm.
If I go up and, you know, see friends or, you know, family in Georgia and I'm there for like 2 weeks, I'll start to pick up a little bit more of that, you know, Georgian twang to me. And it's not even intentional. It just happens. Or, you know, if I go up to New York and see my cousins and stuff, I'll start talking a bit more like them, that, you know, deep backcountry New Yorkian. Or even if my cousins come, you know, down to Florida and I spend a little bit too much time with them while they're here, you know, I'll start picking it up, and it's just a natural thing. I don't even try to do it.
Yeah, it can happen to anybody. And I think that's just how it, you're right, that's how it works. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Let's actually work in one more. We have time for just one more, and then we're going to figure out what's happening on the next episode, because that is in front of us right now. It's on the horizon, the next episode. Boy. And then we got This Week in Florida, because it's Friday. So
Saturday and Sunday.
You better be hard at work cranking out of This Week in Florida back in the studio.
Already done it.
He's choking it.
He's ready to go.
Already got all the paints.
All right. There you go. Yeah, he's ready. Here's Big Bird in the meantime.
Hey, Sabby is dead on there. If you plan properly, you don't have to live in this crappy state or even leave this crappy country. I can go live in some other crappy country.
Who plans well enough? That's the question.
Did I say that?
She was saying, when we were talking about uprooting your families for the Golden Bachelor, you said if you plan properly, you can move wherever you want, or something to that effect.
Having an out-of-body experience.
Yes,
Don't
that's
even
what,
remember saying that.
that's what you said during the last segment.
Whoops.
And Would you?
And then you
not
said a
agree with
couple
it?
things about the
I
Jews
guess I don't
that.
remember. No, that I definitely remember.
Yeah, your OJ comments were a little bit much for all of us.
I don't think he did it. All right.
Look, the guy's innocent. Okay, how about this? What
Yeah.
is coming up on the next episode?
I'll tell you, Sean.
Thank you.
Sean. What's coming up on the nostalgia train keeps on to chugging, and you'll never guess which lean green ninja machine just came aboard. Zealand, can you guess?
Do you mean what machine?
Okay.
Oh my God! He's not paying attention.
British culture takes a dip into the American culture with an upcoming episode of Doctor Who that is Beatles themed without the Beatles. Plus, may I introduce to you Rage Against the Machine. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up today on a Friday edition of The Big Show, Orlando Weekly restaurant critic Fayez Cara joins us for Primetime Kitchen. Candace Rich will give us some rich tips on how to get ahead. Plus, you'll have an opportunity to win a $100 gift card to Planet Hollywood for JCS Trivia. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks. It all starts this afternoon at 3 o'clock.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for Central Florida. For your Friday, we're expecting a beautiful day. Temperatures by this afternoon warming into the upper 70s and low 80s with a high of around 82 degrees for Orlando. Plan for plenty of sunshine lasting all the way throughout the weekend. Temperatures will continue to approach the mid-80s by Sunday. And then for next week, we start to heat things up. Temperatures climbing into the upper 80s and low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
What could you do in 15 minutes? How about a premium oil change? At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, our certified technicians will guide you in, use only premium products, and get you back out on the road in no time. Quick, easy, trusted. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
It's Ladero! It's sensational!
Orlando City is on the road next weekend as the Lions face DC United on Saturday, April 13th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 6:30 to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage nasal care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry. Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid 1-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. The plan starts at just $34 a month, the lowest plan price in 10 years. Remember, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Florida Prepaid open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
Enjoying the News Junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Going stir crazy with your pet? Invisible Fence brand works in any weather so you can stay warm while your dog gets their energy out in the yard. Their local pet experts work with you to create a customized solution tailored to fit your pet. Learn more about how pets like yours gain independence at invisiblefence.com.
You don't need a resolution to lose weight. You need a solution. And that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specifically formulated to provide full-strength semaglutide in a daily tablet. With Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month. And it's not a shot, so you can skip the weekly trips to a doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications like Ozempic. That's right, I said half the price. Plus, Red Mountain includes medically supervised meal plans and free lifetime maintenance to help you keep the weight off. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And guess what, friend? If you miss any of the show, you can subscribe to the podcast. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and you'll see the links right there. Use Spotify, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I keep getting emails. I'm going to listen on Spotify. Or I signed up on Spotify. I subscribed on Spotify. Don't get any updates. It's Spotify's fault. That's what we've been told. It's not us. We're not doing anything. Go over to iHeartRadio, subscribe on there, and you'll get the show. Or go to thenewsjunkie.com every single day to see all the latest updates from the show. That's the perfect way to see what's going on. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
To be honest with you, I was on TikTok on my phone, and then I texted my cousin, and then... secretly I had thoughts of having sex with him years ago.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode.
Oh, my.
With Sabrina.
Hey. Not true.
That was a secret.
I don't know what that was.
That was sent to me. That wasn't on the air.
No, it wasn't.
Do you know
that
who
was
to blame?
Definitely on the air. It's probably Austin or something. I don't know.
Smoke
totally was. Hold up. I got to be honest with you. I just I saw the subject of the email and it said Sean confession, and I go, I don't have time to listen to it. Cut and paste.
Toss it in.
And it turned out to be beautiful. Also beautiful, that mortgage guy Don from thatmortgageguydon.com, and he's going to make your life beautiful. Whether you're refinancing, buying a first dream home, perhaps you're trying to expand that business. Maybe get some franchises under that belt or wing of yours. Perhaps wings and belts. Either way, start with the expert, a friend that you could trust, by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
It was a mere 19 years ago, 2005, after months of press speculation. This gal right here,
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears is right, and
so uncomfortable.
She admitted, and let's continue with the uncomfortability. She admitted that she was impregnated by none other than game-changing hip-hop superstar
Popo Zao,
Kevin Federline.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And that's all I can legally play because all the fans will be rushing the station. So yeah, it was 19 years ago. She gave birth to Sean Preston by C-section 5 months later. And the rest is history. And speaking of history being made, a big congratulations. Come on, give it up for the lead singer of this band.
Rage Against the Machine.
Extra point for Give Me His First and Last.
Tom Morello.
Ooh, I'm going to have to split that point. But he is also...
I'll let Sean have it since I usually just take all the Fritz on the Street points.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. He's got another notch on the belt. Not only has he had a very successful music career, but he has now been knighted, dare I say, the president of the Fonzie fan club.
Okay. Okay. Really thought Peter Griffin was going for that.
Oh. I was about
This is
to do-
unexpected.
This is all very new, and I absolutely love it. This is a lightheartedness we need in the world right now, in between all the murder and wokeness.
Oh, God.
So they say, how did Tom Morello and Henry Winkler really begin their love fest? And I have the answer right here. Henry Winkler, of course, he recently earned the praise for his role in HBO's Barry.
Yes.
He tweeted out earlier this month that he saw Tom play with Bruce Springsteen the night before at a Kia Forum over in Englewood, and he had some word of praise for the guitarist. He said, "You were on another level last night. Thank you, Henry." Tom Morello played like he was touched by God with Bruce Springsteen.
Wow.
And then responded to another fan saying that the guitarist was on fire. All that being said, he decided to officially dub him.
Wow, they're breaking up? That's it?
Breaking
All
up was
right.
very quick. The president of the Fonzie fan club. Little did fans know what was about to come. Morello had his long-awaited fanboy moment. He first tweeted, "I love the Fonz," elaborated on his fandom, on his most beloved character, and as a kid, I was a member of the Fonzie fan club. I had a membership card, a subscription to the official Fonzie fanzine.
Oh.
I planned my week around Happy Days on Thursday night, so thank you. And he said, "Hey, you're the president now." So there you have it. Now let's go to the weirdness. I didn't want to leave you in a happy place for too long, my friends.
Okay.
Tori Spelling has made the news. She's dishing out a lot more than anyone would want to take. And please just leave the crumbs, actually the entire meal, and put it in the trash. She has revealed that she cannot, for the last, what appears to be many a years, 7 to be exact, poop or pee without her son being inside of the bathroom.
How old is this kid that
7
he's
years
watching
old.
mom? Oh, my God, that's way too old. That's weird.
I mean, okay, here's one for you. Would you rather a 7-year-old continue being breastfed or having to be in the bathroom every time his mommy pee-pees and poo-poos?
Wow.
There you go.
Jeez, both
Gotta
of those
pick one.
are-
You gotta pick one.
I think here's the argument you can make. You could say a 7-year-old going into the bathroom with his mother doesn't have to be weird, because you could say, what if they're in a public place and it's like public restroom? Mom doesn't want to leave the 7-year-old outside,
right?
And
What
she'd go,
about-
"Come in the stall with me."
Regular bathroom in their
If
house.
if it's your house bathroom, that's super weird. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, a lot of people have said you should be happy with yourself and when you're alone, but I haven't been alone. Like, honestly, this is Tori Spelling, says, still doesn't poop alone. Bo still stands there and stares and talks to me while I'm using the bathroom. I haven't poo-poo, pee-peed alone in 18 years. First, it was Dean, her husband, and it was the kids, and she thinks she functions better with people. Is that codependency? Yes.
I think so.
Without a doubt.
I'm just so glad that doesn't happen to me. I'm so glad that every time I go to the bathroom, it's just me. Just me in there.
know, it's
Most
not
of the
just
times
me.
it's just me, but not always.
It is never just me.
No?
There has not been, unless I close the door completely, at least one of the pets inside of the room.
Okay. That makes sense though. That's not weird.
I mean, but sometimes like the cat will,
Sean was thinking like your girlfriend just sits
no,
there.
No, we're not there yet. We are not. And I don't think we'd ever be. I think that's a very personal
we're there.
moment. But I mean, a door open talking, but not in the actual bathroom.
Sealand's saying in the actual bathroom.
But he's always been comfortable with that. I'll never forget when he FaceTimed me while you're pooping and I was in your own house.
Weird.
And I think it brought us together as work friends.
Did it? It pushed me further away, I think.
As Tori Spelling's kids are inside of the bathroom while she takes a dump, Beyonce's kids are hitting the Billboard Hot 100. Let's give it up for Rummy Carter, everybody, who officially is the youngest female artist to land on the Billboard Hot 100. She's featured on the song Protector from Cowboy Carter, and she's just 6 years old. What are you doing with your life?
Not that.
Babies. Also, didn't someone just get that? Wasn't it like Northwest or something?
Yeah.
But Northwest is older, so
there's
Rummy
some kind of battle going on where when you're super famous and you know your album's going to be big, you put the kids on the album and they get to go and be on the like Billboard charts and stuff.
Which I think is
it's a flex.
sweet, considering if they didn't have already like this giant trust that they will be nesting on forever. But they're like, well, at least they have also the royalties they'll receive forever.
You know what? They don't all get the trust, though. In the case of Tori Spelling, you're just talking about.
Oh, that's true.
Her dad, Aaron Spelling, is he still alive? He's mega rich. Did he? Well, he was very, very, very wealthy.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of the money made it to her for whatever reason. She is like.
So now she has to put out news like this?
She was living in a hotel a couple of weeks ago, one of the news stories said. I was like, damn.
Tori.
That's probably a nice
She's
one.
going to be back on reality TV. Also, Beyonce just became the first black woman to lead the top country albums chart with Cowboy Carter. So take that. Oh, also, and while we're here, Levi's. Levi jeans, to be exact. They actually were boosted in their stock price by 20% because of the song she has with Post Malone. So everyone's a winner here. And I have just enough time because it's time for Sabrina movie review.
All right.
Yes, I got a new one, you guys. Not new for anyone else, but for me, I watched Deepwater Horizon.
Okay, I've heard of this. It's like an oil movie or something?
Sure is. Mark Wahlberg and Kurt Russell. It was about how the BP oil spill started.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot of fire. I didn't realize how oil rigs worked all that much. And there were some animals involved I wasn't too pleased about. There was no sort of like comfort to see if they helped the pelicans.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, not cool, BP.
Man.
Not cool at all.
Yeah.
And that's Sabrina's movie review.
Yeah, very nice. I remember during that whole like ordeal, my dad could not stop making stupid jokes about tar balls.
Can you say the whole joke, because I don't know how it goes. With the tar ball.
The big story was like on the West Coast, a lot of tar was washing up on shore. All these, like this oil was washing up on shore, and it was called tar balls.
But how's a tar ball joke go?
I don't. It just seems like oh, they're washing up with the tar balls, and so a lot of tar balls there.
And then he says, "Must be the money," and he just keeps bopping around the house.
Yeah,
that's what Sealand's dad used to do. I got something for you, Sabrina.
Okay.
There's a website called Does the Dog Die? And if you search any movie, it will tell you if the animals in the movie are like harmed or if there's anything sad about animals.
Okay, that's interesting because I have vowed not to, like, if there's any animal in the trailer or the like poster,
Really
I
wish
won't
we would
watch
have
it.
hit that website before Turner and Hooch.
Or My Dog Skip. Are you kidding me?
Marley and Me.
Oh, never watch that. You could
The Yearling.
find yourself watching Doctor Who. They're doing a Beatles episode, but without Beatles music because they can't afford it. We'll keep going
Sad.
as more bands die off, either by not being popular or actually dying. This band right here says that their reunion's going to be bigger and better than all the dead ones.
Oh,
Twisted
damn
Sister.
it. Yeah, Twisted Sister.
Yeah, they say Dee Snider, as a result of all the bands retiring and dying, the offers get bigger and bigger for the holdouts to come back. At some point, you got to say, well, how can I say no to that?
Yeah.
Unless they die. Aaron Carter, also dead. The Recovery album's going to come out soon. They have a release date, so good for them. That will be out on May 24th, thanks to his estate.
Should we really call it Recovery?
That's now it will portions of the proceeds, and portions being underlined and bold, will go to on our sleeves, a national movement for children's mental health, and a trust established by Aaron's son Prince Lyric Carter.
Okay.
So congratulations.
Kind of.
And on the boob tube, it doesn't matter. Have a great weekend. Got some new bird videos up on the Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Yeah, guys. And guess what? 2 new bird alerts.
Uh-oh.
New bird alert.
Yeah, dude. And I'm going to have sex, maybe. Just want you to know I'm doing other things than just watching my camera with the birds.
Never seen somebody cringe at themselves as hard as that.
Because I wish I would have put it in a cooler way. Follow your dreams and be on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, say it with me.
Smoke weed every day.
All right.
Sex, maybe.
The button's so light today.
It was like Sonny Bono, in a way. You know, like
Yeah,
at
sweet
first,
dig if you can say the name.
the beginning
Going
of
into the tree. I know.
the beginning of his ski mission was great. Everything
like
was going
I ate
well.
a tar ball.
Right at the end, tar balls for everybody. But
Right to the face.
I had a good time. I enjoyed it. And now
Thank you.
maybe I'll watch the oil movie. Okay, when we come back, this week in Florida,
yeah.
Christopher Dolores Lane will take us on a journey that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems there are no major incidents reported. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound. Approaching State Road at 535, also World Drive, but westbound, no issues reported. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that from blueberry pancakes to blueberry smoothies, almost everything is better with Florida blueberries. In season now, look for Fresh from Florida blueberries at your local grocery store.
You got a service dog? Actually, he's a deals dog. Since I'm looking for a new car, I trained him to sniff out awesome rates, member discounts, and fast decisions. Cool, huh?
But you know Navy Federal Credit Union has all those things, right?
You're right. He's got the scent. Oh, wait. Nope. That's just the bacon in my pocket.
Apply for a Navy Federal Credit Union auto loan online, at a branch, or on our mobile app. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Message and data rates may apply. Visit NavyFederal.org for more information.
Hey, homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Need a reboot? RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Spring has sprung, so let's have some fun. This month, I'll help you reboot your old ride and save up to $8,000 on a new Mitsubishi. So if your old ride's a hunk of junk, don't let it leave you in a funk. You can even drive a new car today with a lifetime warranty, like the Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon starting at $15,900. The popular Eclipse Cross, in stock and ready for delivery. Or the 2024 Outlander, 5-star safety rated, starting at $23,900. So if you've been dreaming of driving a new RC Hill Mitsubishi, don't get your wires crossed, because my team works hard every day, and that's what makes us different. So this week, reboot your old ride, and you could save up to $8,000 on a nicer, newer car. But hurry, a deal this good will shut down fast. I'm RC Hill, and I'm your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. See all my trendy rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Vehicle purchase price determines actual discount.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class healthcare and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Nowadays, it seems like wherever I go, there's a vacuum emptying out my purse. I go to get gas. I go to buy groceries. I go to the coffee shop. But then, the strangest thing happened. I went to McDonald's for breakfast, and all I heard was... You see, McDonald's has a deal where I can choose any 2 for just $2.79. I can choose from a sausage McMuffin, a sausage biscuit, a sausage burrito, hash browns, or a small hot coffee. I chose a sausage burrito with fluffy scrambled egg, pork sausage, melty cheese, green chilies, and onion. And I paired it with crispy hash browns, all for just $2.79. It's such a good deal. I'm using the money I saved to get my car clean. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little asky. This is the...
To T-Link, the latest secret show subscriber, A brand new
Thought you were
uncensored.
thanking your router for a second. It was very weird.
No, I don't care about the router. Although I do. I don't want to, knock on wood. Router's doing great around here. But if you would like to jump into the world of uncensored secret shows.
Beep, 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 beep. Router's bad.
This has got pitch black in the studio here as I tell you to go to thenewsjunkie.com and you'll see where you can subscribe to secret shows. All right, friends, it is time. Here we go. You know what? I forgot. Do I hit the open to this weekend?
Yes, you do.
Right? I
You've been
always
doing
forget
it
It happens
this.
every 3 to 4 weeks.
I keep forgetting all these things. Okay, well, here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
Yeah, the weekend is here. That means it's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State, see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. But first, we have another animal-related season. It seems like there's a new one of these every week, like a super blood moon. But it's another season that they're warning about. This time, it has to do not with bats, but with the deer. And this sounds like the saddest thing, by the way, because they say wildlife managers in the Lower Keys are reminding residents and tourists that deer fawning season has begun, and people should look out for deer while driving and to leave them be if they find a small baby deer not in the presence of their mother.
Aww.
Don't hit the lonely little deer, and don't mess with them.
Although, if you're going to hit a deer, you probably want to hit the little one, right?
If you have to hit the deer, yeah.
Yeah, because,
What?
less damage to your car if you hit the little one. Also funnier.
Real talk, I would pull over and put the little deer in my car, and I would raise it as my own.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
That's one of the things they're telling you not to do.
Well, I don't care.
Yeah.
How about
yeah. The newborn key deer fawns are very small, roughly 2 to 4 pounds, and can be easily recognized by their spotted coat patterns. Do they do a lot of damage to the car? I thought deer were the most
big
deadly.
old deer do.
But
they do.
I thought that they ranked deer as one of the most deadly animals for drivers because people often swerve to avoid them, and then they end up hitting other stuff that's more deadly.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the bigger problem. But I think if you hit a big, northern deer, I think it could do a hefty amount of damage to your vehicle.
Southern deers are pussies.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Little Florida deer type things.
Key deer numbers fell to less than 50 in the 1940s due to hunting and habitat destruction, leading to their near disappearance. But now there's a refuge, and they're telling you to watch out for them. So watch out and don't take the baby deer home.
Thank you,
All right.
Elaine.
We have a lot of stories have graced This Week in Florida about some sort of impersonation, and usually you would think that there's an end game. There's something to gain by impersonating. Dr. Love, he gains notoriety as a doctor. People think, oh, what a great doctor. People that impersonate law enforcement or military veterans, usually they want to get a discount for something, or they just want to get some respect. This one I don't get at all, because man impersonating a T-Mobile worker was seen disconnecting objects from a cell tower in Miami.
Wow. This guy climbed up the poles and stuff?
Yes, 150 feet.
Whoa, Jesus.
A man posing as a T-Mobile worker is back on solid ground after he tore clamps off a Miami cell tower, according to police. They spotted the man at 7 a.m. Wednesday. The cell phone company called authorities when they found the man impersonating an employee. I guess he climbed up there and he turned something off, and they have an alarm that goes off. So T-Mobile...
Is there any possibility, C-Lane, that maybe this guy was one of those anti-5G types? And
I don't have anything in the story that would suggest he's a 5G thing.
Yeah, probably because 5G wrote it.
But he did have a Bible tucked in his waistband.
Oh, really?
A full Bible?
I guess. He apologized, and
Seems difficult.
The negotiating team interviewed the guy. The man, identified as 38-year-old Richard Smith, shut off the cell tower, prompting a real T-Mobile worker to be dispatched to the transmitter and check on the situation. When the worker arrived, they found Smith, who tried to convince the T-Mobile worker, the real one, to climb with him.
Come Come climb with me now. Come, good sir.
I might do it. I might just be so thrown off.
The
I'll be
AT&T
like,
guy denied me, but you're in.
Mr. T-Mobile. the T-Mobile worker gets on the scene and sees that where you turn on and off the power, it was shut off. So this is manually done. This is according to somebody named Vega. And it says they noticed there's somebody on the tower. He started talking about God and asked the worker, please see the view with me.
man.
And then exposed himself.
Not going to do it. But
That's weird.
Yeah, he did. He said they said he climbed the tower like a jungle gym, level by level, as high as 150 feet in the air. A bus driver is out of a job after doing what, I mean, I'm pretty sure like one of the most annoying things about buses is the way they handle train tracks.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like they have to stop. They have to open the door. He has to look both ways. It was always like I always thought that was super weird riding the school bus.
The day they stop it is when they get nailed by a damn train.
Well, this guy just straight up stopped on it. And they
On
said,
it?
And there was a train coming. A private school in Fort Pierce has taken swift action after parents reported a terrifying incident involving a school bus Monday morning. School has confirmed the bus driver involved has been fired. Reports emerged that the driver, whose identity remains undisclosed for whatever reason.
Yeah, how was he not arrested?
I mean,
Talk
maybe
about child endangerment.
maybe disclose the identity so he doesn't get a bus driver job somewhere else. They say he halted the bus on train tracks as a freight train was approaching, putting the lives of numerous students at risk. Ninth grade student Madison Corey recounted the frightening experience, likening it to a close call with disaster, saying it brings back memories that could have been me that got hit by that train. So that guy not driving the bus anymore.
But an Uber driver for sure.
Sure, yeah. They're just, kill people one at a time.
Did you see that the girl on TikTok who was like, I'm dating this guy, and he said he travels for work, and then I found out
He's an Uber driver?
that he's
He didn't lie.
I always love when people find fancy ways to ramp up mundane jobs. You know, like if you're
waste management.
Like if you do work on a dump truck and then you say, I'm in waste management, it sounds more impressive. And you could do that with anything, including, I guess, being an Uber driver.
I am a waste relocator.
Well, I call myself a journalist when I want to show off.
True.
Yeah, I call myself a broadcaster when I don't want to do jury duty.
Nice. There you go.
So, and then it works sometimes, and sometimes you get to be a jury foreman. It just, that's how it goes.
All right. Curtain back down, man.
One of the things this week, I was talking about me, but one of the things this week that was a huge distraction for everybody, everybody was very excited about the eclipse. They said, we're gonna get our glasses. A lot of people traveled to go see this thing. We heard a lot about this path of totality. Everybody was obsessed with the eclipse, and a lot of people thought it was going to do something weird, something crazy, something. Some people thought it was going to stick around and just never let the sun back out.
Okay. It's like a Y2K type thing?
They thought maybe like something spiritual would happen.
Oh. All right.
And according to one woman, something spiritual did happen. Because this Florida woman said that during the eclipse, God directed her to shoot at cars on I-10.
Well, hold on now. Let's reserve judgment. Did God indeed tell her to do this?
Not likely. Florida Highway Patrol troopers responded to a report of an active shooter. The suspect was reportedly a female who had recently checked out of a local hotel and told the staff she was going on a shooting spree directed by God in relation to the solar eclipse.
By hotel, do they mean mental facility?
No, it just sounded like a regular hotel.
Got it.
But FHP got in touch with the woman, and everything was okay. She was charged with attempted murder, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and improper discharge of a firearm.
I thought it was a murder-suicide. Or were there multiple people like that?
No, I think there were more. I think there were more people
that's weird.
who were so weirded out by the eclipse that they ended up doing some kind of crazy, violent stuff.
Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah. There is a pastor in Palm Beach County.
Yeah, for sure.
Who he thinks he has answered the age-old question, what would Jesus do?
All right.
And in fact, he really what he's telling you is what Jesus would not do. And to him, Jesus would not celebrate Autism Awareness Week.
Why not?
Because he says that celebrating Autism Awareness Week is likened to idolatry, and it's demonic.
Okay, this is a stupid take.
One way to, and I'm sorry, he is in charge of what?
A school.
A
Yeah.
school. So statistically, he has autistic children attending this school.
No.
Yeah, I would
Zero
think so.
autistic children at this school.
I would think most schools would have a student who is autistic.
Oh, I thought you meant he has like kids of his own that are autistic.
No, I hope he has 0 kids of his own.
A time that is meant to bring awareness about those who are on the spectrum was canceled at a private school in Palm Beach County, leaving some parents heartbroken and full of questions. An email from the lead pastor at Trinity Christian Academy on Military Trail described recognizing autism awareness as demonic. He says in the email,
This was our rival school when I was at religious private school, Berean Christian, for a year or so.
Does this surprise you?
No, because they're all kind of. I mean, it still surprised me because that's a weird ass take. Like almost all people who I meet in the world of like Baptist churches and stuff they talk about how Jesus loves everybody, and what Jesus would embrace every single person.
That was always the lesson that I got.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He loves the sinners and the lepers.
Do they get
and
tax dollars?
The prostitutes.
I know it's a private school, but in Florida, is there not something where they still get money from the government?
Not sure. I don't know.
Ask Jesus if you can.
He said in the email, the word Christian means like Christ, and it was given to the followers of Christ because they acted like Jesus. Remember those bracelets from the 2000s that asked WWJD? Mm-hmm. He said, if Jesus Christ led Trinity, the Christian Academy, would he have an Autism Awareness Week? Of course not. Why? Because anything that teaches our children to have their identity in anything other than Christ is idolatry and it's demonic. So
this is like it makes no sense. The whole thing makes zero sense. Like he seems to be very against Autism Awareness Day, but I can't actually lock into why. He's using it as a form of idolatry, like Celine said.
Is he getting confused with something else?
He's saying that you should never celebrate anyone but Jesus, basically. I mean, like, by his logic, because it doesn't sound like he's against autistic people.
No.
I mean, that would be a weird hill to die on. But anything that is celebrated, like putting, an awareness week, it would be putting them on a pedestal above God, which is not the point. But if that's your logic, then you should also never celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, anybody. You shouldn't just...
It's starting to sound like Jehovah's
President's
Witnesses
Day.
right now.
Well, maybe he's at the wrong damn church.
It could be.
I almost said a different word there.
Goddamn church?
No.
Oh.
Let's see. A man was arrested and charged with felony battery for allegedly smacking a Walgreens employee in the face with a Bible on Easter Sunday. A lot of religious stuff in Florida this week. It's almost like I had a theme. I didn't even do it on purpose. Peter Owens was arrested again shortly after his release for the incident when he allegedly stole shoes and a box of Cheez-Its from the Walmart in Tarpon Springs. This guy can't go anywhere.
And there's so many other things at Walmart.
Usually I skip gator stories because there's so damn many of them, but this woman had to call 911 to get a nearly 8-foot-long gator out of her house. The thing busted in the front door and walked in there, and it took the efforts of several sheriff's deputies and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission to get the 7-foot, 11-inch gator out of the house. And last but not least, an export in This Week in Florida. Because when I read the headline of this article, I thought two things immediately. First, how? Second, kind of sounds fun.
Okay.
All right. Well, first of all, you got balloons going.
Hey! It's the
kind of
peace
sounds
sign.
fun.
It kind of sounds, balloons.
Second of all, I have there's a 50-50 chance you are going to do
The story
this
you have in
story
your
right
hand?
here. Maybe, because when I saw it, I go,
Is it in Long Island?
No, it's not. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, when I saw it, I said, please let this be in Florida. Please let this be in Florida so it could be for Sea-Lane. And then when I looked at it, it wasn't. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. And then you said this. All right, well, what is this one?
So it didn't happen in Florida, but it did involve Roger Foster, 56 years old, who is a resident of the Villages. Mm-hmm. And his ex-wife lives in New York, and she has an order of protection against him. But that doesn't stop Roger Foster, 56 of the Villages, from headed over to Long Island and slashing her tires, I guess you don't slit tires, really.
You can.
He slashed her tires allegedly on the ex-wife's vehicle Monday morning that was parked at her place of work.
Is that? I mean, that's an expensive tire slashing.
Then he ramped up the crime by going on a police chase on the way to Riverhead, which is about 30 minutes away. He went on a 45-minute police chase before turning towards a cliff, not hitting the brakes, but instead accelerating and driving off a 100-foot cliff, landing the car in Long Island Sound and surviving.
Wow.
He has been arrested, and for that, you are the winner, sir, of This Week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. You guys want to see the story that I thought he was going to do?
Yeah, man.
Oh, this is glorious. Folks, this has a nice little visual with it. So it's up on See It Now over in the News Junkie app. Take a look at this mugshot.
Mom?
It says, woman claims she received a stolen Jeep as a birthday tip from Waffle House customers, they said. A woman in Oklahoma claimed the vehicle she is accused of stealing was a birthday tip from a former Waffle House customer.
Her mugshot is like, they don't believe me.
It's such a face she is making. You got to check this out over on See It Now. So officers were able to stop the Jeep and speak to the driver, who they identified as Angela Harrison. They said she was at a gas station an hour earlier. She ran into a former customer of hers when she worked at Waffle House. She's now a stripper, they said.
She's a stripper?
Where? My birthday's coming up. We're going.
I would not pay for that.
I mean, it seems like it'd be a cheap gift.
Apparently not. She got a damn Jeep for her birthday.
It doesn't say her age.
I'm thinking 80.
She looks up there. Check it out.
What if you found out that she was
41.
43?
She's lived a rough life, if that's the case. Check it out. See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com. Quick break. I believe we have our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm dropping in with us pretty soon here. Also, we have more updates about this 20-year-old who jumped off the Royal Caribbean cruise ship. Some new details rolling in. And the cruise line kind of firing back at the family here. We'll talk about what they have said. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems there are no major incidents reported. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound. Approaching State Road at 535, also World Drive, but westbound, no issues reported. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Batteries Plus offers a wide array of battery and lighting solutions, along with key fob programming and expert phone repair, with locally owned stores in your neighborhood as well as commercial accounts to power your business. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of their 700-plus locations today.
Homeowners, do you need a new patio, driveway, or front walkway? Install Brick Paver can give you a beautiful outdoor living space. Would you like a custom fire pit for relaxing with your family? Or a custom outdoor kitchen or pool deck renovation? Everything you need to create a perfect outdoor paradise, Install Brick Paver can do with spectacular results. Go to installbrickpaver.com to see our amazing home makeovers. Get a free quote for your outdoor project at 407-337-4040. Install Brick Paver is a family-owned and operated company with over 20 years of experience and fantastic Google reviews. Call today and get $250 off your next project. Fire pits, paver driveways, patios, and pool deck renovation. Install Brick Paver does it all. Call for your free quote and $250 off your next project now at 407-337-4040. That's 407-337-4040.
Hey there, it's Russ for Zero Res. Get your carpets and tile clean without sticky, soapy, chemical residue left behind. Zero Res cleans the right way at the right price. This month, get 25% off floor cleaning, carpet, tile, stone, and wood. Visit OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking.
To leave us a testimony testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast. FrankGayServices.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
I'm tired of everything being so expensive in 2024. Ooh, so I turned my truck into a time machine to travel back in time. I'm just gonna press this button and... Holy cow, I think it worked. Let's see what happens if I buy something at this drive-thru.
Welcome to McDonald's. Would you like to choose any two for $3.79?
It did work. Yes, my good lady. And what does $3.79 buy me in this bygone day and time?
Well, you can get a McChicken, a McDouble, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, a small fries, or a small soft drink. Choose any two.
What a delight. I'll have the McDouble and a small fries. Just $3.79, you say?
Yes, sir.
Just one more question. Do you know what year it is?
It's 2024, sir?
Uh-huh. I see. The button I pressed changed the radio station. Very good. Very good. I'll take the McDouble and the small fries for $3.79 post haste.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage nasal care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I'd like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Lost 80s, playing those songs you forgot you knew from the 80s. Duran Duran, Huey Lewis, Tina Turner, and more, all commercial-free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Lost 80s, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
We're all teed up and ready to go. You can send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. Our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm joins us in the studio.
Hey, Moses.
Good day.
There he is. Hello, Mo. How are things? How are you doing?
Things are going.
All right.
Yeah.
You full with those chicken parmies?
Yeah, I was going to say.
yeah.
Well,
Good God, man.
do we have to stage an intervention at this point with the chicken parmesan?
I like your bit.
Go with it. Just change jury duty to chicken parm update or something.
Are you at the level of Papa John when he had I think 40 pizzas in the last 40 days or something?
We're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
How many chicken parmesans have you had?
I think we've done 7 reviews so far.
All right. Okay.
So,
do we have a new front runner, or is it the same one?
I mean, we don't really say who the front runner is. I could give you a list, but we have a few that are Mo approved.
Right.
Is it Schmallerschmarten?
Sure. No, it's not Schmallerschmarten.
Wow, you got to try Olive Garden. It has to be on the list.
That's on the list. We're going to do Olive Garden. It's a staple, I would say. It's kind of the original chicken parm.
I can tell you, Moses, that your chicken parm adventure has been an inspiration to a lot of people. Notably,
that's what we're here to do.
Notably in my life, my wife, because when she went shopping for the week's dinners, chicken parmesan was on the list, and I was like, that seems not so coincidental. And then it wasn't until we sat down to eat. She goes, by the way, this is just because Moses has been posting all the chicken parm pictures.
I'm here to bring chicken parm to the world. It's really my calling.
So.
A hero amongst us.
It's happening right now. All right, Mo, we got some stuff to talk about, things that have occurred this week that we have tried to attack as attorneys ourselves, but we do the best we can. We have not passed the bar exam. We are not actual attorneys as of yet.
But you've been to many bars.
Yes. That doesn't count, it turns out. They don't let you practice if that's the case. Let's start off with the Apple River stabbing case, which we talked a little bit about last week. The guy was found, Nikolai Mew was his name, was found guilty on almost all of the charges he was facing. I think he's facing a total of 100 years or something behind bars. And hello, lady. The dog has just made her way into the room.
Busting in.
Hi, lady.
And what was I saying? Oh, this guy was up there on the stand testifying, and I think he made the wrong move by going up there and taking the stand. I don't know how much you saw of that, but in it, he had to admit that he lied about multiple things. Why on earth would his attorneys have him testify if they knew that was going to be the case?
Well, I think in a case like this, his attorneys want him to present his side of the story. Now, of course, he has an absolute right to remain silent. But if he does remain silent, he can't really say his interpretation of the events and why he believed that he had to use deadly force at that time. But this is a quintessential problem, is that he previously lied to the police. And this is why a lot of times, or one of the reasons, that lawyers will tell you not to talk to the police, because anything you say can and will be used against you.
Right.
And in this case, he lied, or the story changed, or maybe he was telling the truth before and now he's lying.
Multiple things happened. One thing that he did, the police asked him, hey, do you know what's going on here? And he goes, yeah, I heard somebody got into an altercation. And he was talking about it like it was somebody
else.
Yeah, some other person was behind this. You go, dude, he's lying about the even being there.
Yeah.
And then they said, when he finally admitted to being there, they said, what happened? And he said the kids had pulled out knives. These younger folks had pulled out knives, and he took one of the knives from them, and that's the knife he was using. And compiling that together with the fact that he took the knife, went to the other side of the river, washed it off, and tossed it.
Yeah.
What jury is going to look at that and not go, dude, this guy was trying to cover up his actions?
Exactly. Very suspicious. And just like we saw in the Murdaugh trial, once you lie initially like that, then you have to go on the stand and try to explain to the jury, oh, I was lying before, but I'm telling you the truth now.
Yeah.
And so you just have no credibility.
He was trying to do a thing, I think, where he was saying, I don't recall that. Like, I must have been in such a stupor from what happened that I don't even remember this taking place. I was out of body, I guess. A question for you. If you say,
like, let's say Sealand's on trial, all right? Sealand's on trial.
I didn't do it.
He's on trial for murder. And so what we have to do now is figure out if he wants to testify or not. And he goes, yes, Sean, I want to testify. I'm like, all right. Sealand's going on the trial at his murder case here. If he goes up, first would be the defense to get to ask him questions, right?
Yeah, if the defense is calling him as a witness.
Okay, so the defense calls him as a witness.
I think they should flip a coin and like NFL style, and then that's how you know who goes first. Defense or
arm wrestle,
prosecution.
that'd be cool.
Hold on, that doesn't work for my question here. Because
let me be clear. The prosecution always goes first, but he would be a defense witness because he's the defendant in the case.
Okay, but if he's a defense witness and the defense calls him, then they get to talk to him first,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so the defense calls Christopher Lane to go defend himself, and he gets up on the stand, and he goes, here's my story. Yep, he answers all the questions. If prosecution steps up, can he now go, I'd like to invoke my Fifth Amendment right?
Typically, no. Typically, they've opened up the door, but you can't go outside the scope. So whatever was said on direct examination, they can't go outside of that scope on cross-examination, typically. So typically, if your defense attorney is smart and they're trying to limit the questions that are allowed, they'll be very narrow in the questions they ask, so that if the prosecution tries to go outside of that, you can then object and say outside of the scope of direct.
Basically, like, if I were on trial for this murder, but not on trial for desecrating the body after the murder, and they started asking me about body desecration stuff, I could plead the Fifth.
Sealand, this
Or it would
sounds a
just be
little
objection.
premeditated, man.
Well, what are you doing, man?
And I don't think we should be planning crimes on
No,
that.
we don't
plan
usually.
crimes.
Thank you, Moses.
But just in case.
For example, though, I once had a case where we were calling the defendant for one question, and the defense here was an entrapment claim. And so part of entrapment is the defendant's criminal history. So we called the defendant to ask them one question. That was, have you ever been arrested or convicted of a crime? That was the only question that we asked, because that limited what the prosecution could then ask them.
Right.
They couldn't ask them anything about the actual incident they were on trial for. We were just establishing that element for our entrapment defense.
One thing that I noticed, and I would love to get your take on this, having argued in court and been up against judges and stuff, I thought the judge was a little strict on leading the witness. Whenever the prosecution said, objection, leading the witness, objection, leading the witness, it almost made the defense have to talk in a completely different way, because they'd go, and did that make you angry? And they'd say, leading the witness. You go, then you have to say, how did that make you feel?
Right, exactly.
Are some judges more strict on that than others?
Yes and no. I mean, certainly some judges are more strict on the rules of evidence and objections like leading. And some attorneys and prosecutors or defense attorneys are more or less likely to object, because one of the things that you can do if you object too much is possibly alienate the jury. So sometimes the jury gets annoyed with the attorneys for objecting all the time.
Yeah.
And if it's not an essential objection to preserve your record for appeal, you may let something slide because you don't want to alienate that jury by constantly jumping up, objecting, interrupting the trial. The jury feels like now you're delaying the trial, keeping them there longer, and then in turn they get upset with you.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that, but all this stuff matters to the jury.
Yeah, and there's different strategies. There used to be there was one prosecutor who every time we objected would completely lose their train of thought. So we just object for fun.
To throw him off course?
Just to throw him off course. And then it worked pretty well.
Hey, you got to do what you got to win for your client in there. That's how it works. All right, more with our friend Mo DeWitt is on the way.
Objection!
And you can find out
I threw you off.
No, she did.
See, it works.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment with your dispatches. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. I'm not used to that being shouted at me.
Knowing that the objection throws off the prosecutor is just chef's kiss lawyering, because then you can object for just a completely random, nonsensical reason, and it'll throw them off even more.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back in just
objection,
a moment.
tomfoolery. You're like, what?
That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy. Could a Tom Brady comeback be in his future? On a recent podcast, Tom said he wouldn't be opposed to an NFL return if an opportunity arises. Physically, he still has it. He left the league as a top 3 quarterback. Imagine what Brady could do with a loaded team. If a top quarterback goes down, maybe we see Brady back on the field again. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
As a parent, you're probably unsure what college will look like for your child in the future. Rest assured, Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. There's no way to know what type of higher education your child will pursue years from now. But whether it's a 2-year state college, 4-year university, trade, or technical school, in-state or out, our flexible 529 prepaid plans will help you pay for it, starting at just $34 a month. So you can plan on giving your child the best future possible. Florida Prepaid open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
Hey, Dante, what's your favorite thing about a Magic win?
No brainer, Jake. 50% off at papajohns.com the day after every Magic win. Magic win and fans win with Papa John's because they get 50% off their entire online order.
And it's so simple. Just enter the promo code MAGICWIN when you order online at papajohns.com.
And now you won't miss a shot because you can track your order live with Papa Track.
Papa John's Pizza, official pizza of your Orlando Magic. Valid online only, not valid with any other discounts. Delivery fee and taxes extra and not subject to discount offer.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
Are you bogged down with constant sneezing, watery eyes, and congestion? Do you get sinus headaches and infections? No one should have to suffer season after season. And thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, treating your allergies is easier than you think. With personalized treatment plans tailored to your needs and budget, you can say goodbye to allergy and sinus issues for good. Book your appointment today at AspireAllergy.com. Aspire Allergy and Sinus, where relief is just around the corner. AspireAllergy.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
Another happy Safelite customer.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
There I was driving down the highway when out of nowhere, a rock hits my windshield. So annoying. But then I remembered, Safelite repair, Safelite replace. I booked my appointment at Safelite.com. And with my insurance, my new windshield was no cost to me. Safelite even handled my insurance claim, which was the best.
Cracked windshield? Just go to Safelite.com and let Safelite take care of everything.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Lost 80s. Just search Lost 80s and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Emails. He says, or she says, that'll remain anonymous too. Hey, Sean, I work for a major liquor distributor, and it's true what C-Lane said. C-Lane coming up correct again. It was state law that as a distributor, you could only stock the wine side of these stores and ready-to-drinks, or RTDs. You are not allowed to fill shelves with distilled beverages, as it was considered aiding and abetting, and you could get fined heavily or fired for doing so, says Anonymous. That's weird.
Aiding and abetting what? Usually when you aid and abet, there's a crime involved.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, just stocking the shelves with liquor is a crime? That seems strange. This was part of a bunch of new laws that were instated this week, I guess.
I mean, it's weird that, I mean, like, it's totally, like, if you're the ABC employee, you're allowed to do all that. You're allowed to stock the shelves, but nobody else can. That's just, it seems weird. But I think a lot of people also don't realize that that's something that people who aren't employees of the store do.
Right.
Like when I worked for a clothing company, we stocked shelves at stores that sold our products.
I didn't even know that was a thing. So you like go into another person's store and you make sure they have all the latest stuff.
It was a very weird like process. The stuff would get shipped to Walmart. And then we would show up to Walmart as vendors and like sign the vendor log and get a vendor badge. Then we would go into the back where a team of people have taken the shipment and put it all in carts. And then we had to wheel it out there and like and put the stuff on the shelves and make sure everything was like organized and looked right. And then they sold all the t-shirts.
That's a whole orchestration, a whole to-do. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm is with us in studio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com.
You ready, Mo? You excited, bud?
I thought we already did this segment, but, you know.
So
we'll do it again.
That was the precursor.
Or that's the warm-up?
Yeah, this is
the warm-up.
main game right here.
You think Mo ever wants to come in and not talk about law stuff?
I'm sure. We'll talk about some non-law stuff momentarily, but first we'll get through jury duty. If you're in an accident, make sure you are doing the right thing. And if you get into a crash, pick up the phone and call Mo. They will put you on a track to taking care of your issues real quick. And 866-CALL-MO is the number to start, or go to justcallmo.com. Mo, I don't know if you've been watching the Royal Caribbean story where this 20-year-old who I guess was drinking jumped off of the Royal Caribbean cruise ship and went 11 stories down into the water. Royal Caribbean is made aware of this. They start a search and rescue mission. They don't find him. 5 days or so pass. They call off the search and rescue mission. The kid's dad still thinks he's alive, but nobody else seems to at this moment. And he was drunk, according to a bunch of eyewitnesses, at 20 years old. So one thing that's happened that's sort of interesting, and I want to get your take on this, is Royal Caribbean has fired back at the family. Normally, Royal Caribbean would be very careful. There's a family that's lost perhaps their 20-year-old son.
Right.
And the father was like, I can't believe they overserved him. I can't believe he was able to drink this much. Royal Caribbean made it real damn clear in a statement. They say, our policies strictly prohibit guests under the age of 21 from being served alcohol on board. And they're pushing back, suggesting that the ship was docked in the Dominican Republic that day, so we cannot speak to what the guest did when he was off the ship.
Oh,
because
of course.
in the Dominican Republic, you can drink under the age of 21. Is that Royal Caribbean going, we foresee this being some sort of problem? We want to make sure that they know we didn't serve him this alcohol.
I mean, it sounds like that's the direction they're going in already. And of course, they're grieving and, probably fairly upset with what happened. But yeah, they're certainly putting that out there, which seems like it could be going down the road of a lawsuit of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Royal Caribbean is going to make a statement right away to kind of try to dissuade them from doing so and say, hey, there's definitely another option here. It wasn't us. It, may have been when he was in port.
Right.
Having a little too much fun.
Right. And that's crazy to me in so many ways. But the most basic thing to consider is, how would the family ever have a case when he purposely jumped off the ship?
Well, I mean, they're going to say, he was out of his mind because he was intoxicated, essentially, and that was, due to them over-serving him or something along those lines.
Which, if he would have got drunk on the ship, that's a problem for them, right?
It could be. I mean, maritime law is very different, obviously. Typically here in the state of Florida.
Do you know any maritime lawyers?
I actually do.
Yeah.
Of course, down in Key West.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So this takes maybe a little bit more research and confirmation, but there was something that came up for me, and it's like the man overboard systems. And apparently that was supposed to be instilled on all cruises, but Royal Caribbean was noted, at least as of August of 2023, that they were like the only cruise line that did not install these technologies. That
really,
it's technically, as soon as someone were to go overboard, because it takes about a mile for the ship to stop and turn around.
Because it's so big.
There would be an indication of someone going overboard, and some of them to the extent of they would be able to identify and kind of keep like a little tracker on them as they turn around. And now it's starting to pop up that because it was on this ship in particular, had they had that technology, there might be a different story, but they don't have it yet. And does that come into law at all, ever, if it's required by the cruise industry or the governing body of the cruise in the United States?
I mean, if it's actually required, it could come into play. It could be what we call negligence per se, where basically you violated some sort of statute or some sort of law, and then you're negligent for doing so. In this case, I think it would be very difficult, though, given that the kid deliberately jumped off the boat. It would be a much better case if somebody accidentally fell and they didn't have this safety system in place to stop the boat and turn it around right away.
Yeah, it's all very unfortunate. Like I feel for the family. It sucks. But, I mean, it doesn't look good for this 20-year-old now that much time has passed.
I didn't realize till just now that the dad said on in one of the interviews or something that the family, they didn't drink. They don't drink.
Yeah.
We don't drink. We don't know how he got served so much.
Well, maybe that was the real problem.
Yeah. They said,
start training him.
We're not a drinking family. And then he blamed it on the cruise line, which was I can't judge these people because that sucks so bad.
Oh, it's horrific. And didn't the dad go out and confront him about the drinking, which is what led, I mean, that's horrific.
According to a witness, it was the conversation with the father that spurred him to go, oh yeah, we can settle this right now. And he opened this slider window on the cruise ship and just right off
horrible.
the side. So obviously very, very tough to deal with. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, I want to talk about what's going on with this gambling controversy in the MLB, in the baseball world. And also there is a new movie that is coming to theaters this weekend, and it really is starting some interesting conversations. We'll tackle that, too. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like the heaviest delay right now is I-4, that's eastbound approaching Colonial Drive from OBT, as well as east and westbound approaching State Road 535 as usual, but thankfully no major delays due to incidents on the Turnpike north and southbound, as well as the Greenway and east and westbound lanes of the 408 are also clear. To leave a tip, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that Fresh from Florida sweet corn is in season now. And for amazing sweet corn recipes, visit freshfromflorida.com. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Need a reboot? RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Spring has sprung, so let's have some fun. This month, I'll help you reboot your old ride and save up to $8,000 on a new Mitsubishi. So if your old ride's a hunk of junk, don't let it leave you in a funk. You can even drive a new car today with a lifetime warranty, like the Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon starting at $15,900. The popular Eclipse Cross, in stock and ready for delivery. Or the 2024 Outlander, 5-star safety rated, starting at $23,900. So if you've been dreaming of driving a new RC Hill Mitsubishi, don't get your wires crossed, because my team works hard every day, and that's what makes us different. So this week, reboot your old ride, and you could save up to $8,000 on a nicer, newer car. But hurry, a deal this good will shut down fast. I'm RC Hill, and I'm your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. See all my trendy rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Vehicle purchase price determines actual discount.
Hey, homeowners. Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious. Your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free free summer.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beautiful planet. Reduce your impact on the environment this fall by packing a waste-free lunch for school or work. Avoid foods with excessive packaging. Use reusable cutlery, napkins, cups, bags, and containers, and recycle or compost any waste when possible. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is
We do appreciate you, and you can learn more about the show. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com. In fact, if you go over to the website, not only can you learn more about the show, but you can get the link to the podcast. And it's right there waiting for you right now. Go to thenewsjunkie with an IE on the end.com. Mo, I don't know if you heard this, but O.J. Simpson died this week. I know.
That is news.
It is. Yeah, it's a stunning development. And even though we were talking about this during the break, but it's kind of odd that he did just months ago make a video where O.J. Simpson's like, what are they talking about? Hospice? I'm fine. Everything's good. And then he actually was dying, I guess, at the time.
Seems that way.
It seems a little bit odd. But we were discussing on the show, myself, Sabrina, and C-Lane, about this report that O.J., I don't know who was in charge, because we say they. We keep saying they in this story. They made people sign an NDA if they got near OJ in his final days and weeks. And the NDA was like, can't speak about what happens to anybody else. I think they also said you can't have your phone anywhere near him. So we don't know who the they is, who was like in charge of regulating this or what their motivation was. But it seems at the very least to be quite strange that when somebody's dying to have an NDA to the people who are around them. Is that an abnormal thing?
I don't think I've ever heard of it necessarily before. Now, I mean, given the video he posted a couple months ago, it seems like maybe he didn't really want people to know that he was in declining health, and maybe he thought he was going to beat this, and he didn't want that to be in the media.
Right. You don't want to look weak or whatever. Who knows what the reasoning would be for something like that. But yeah, they said that he required these people, if they wanted to get near him, or somebody required them to sign an NDA and not be able to speak about things, which had us talking about all sorts of other issues. Like with a doctor, and HIPAA is obviously in play, not just the NDA stuff. But if a doctor has a patient and that patient says all sorts of stuff to the doctor, let's say it's OJ, and the patient goes, and OJ says to the doctor, hey, I killed some people. I did it. I was responsible for it. I killed Nicole Brown Simpson. The doctor isn't talking about medical information of the patient if they tell this story to somebody else or like a news outlet or something, but it still could be a HIPAA violation, just sharing a story that was told?
Not typically. I mean, typically, the HIPAA is going to relate to medical treatment, not necessarily to crimes that you commit. So, when it comes to confessions of violent crimes, typically you can break your Hippocratic oath and the HIPAA protection, especially if it's about a future crime. I mean, that's always kind of the exception, is if it's about a future crime and you're planning a future crime.
Really? Okay.
That's pretty clear cut. If it's about a prior crime, it can depend. But, typically, HIPAA is related to your medical treatment. It's not like, some like confessions to priests, psychologists sometimes, and certainly lawyers have other confidentiality surrounding them. But, doctors, it's going to kind of depend.
Yeah, I guess it's a touchy spot because you would want a person to be able to have freedoms of speaking out and saying things. But on the other hand, sometimes there's reasons why they have those particular laws.
As of just a little bit ago, TMZ is reporting that there was not a deathbed confession about, quote, the LA thing.
What about that link you sent us earlier? Show to Mo.
No, don't show that to Mo. Mo, don't click any links from C-Lane in the near future.
I never do.
Because C-Lane's like, whoa, holy cow, I told you, oh my God, all capital letters. And it looked like it was a link to OJ's deathbed confession, and it was not. I'll have you know.
They should just do an AI one.
It was some very not safe for work content.
It was a picture of a man, a very well-ended man.
You don't have to go further into it.
Standard picture on every joke link. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all right.
He's also dead.
Is he, that gentleman?
Yeah, he's been dead a while.
What a weird way to be famous.
It's a source with direct knowledge about the last days of OJ said that any of this stuff is just a rumor. They said, unless being thirsty and asking for water is a confession or wanting to watch the golf tournament, nothing about the LA thing came up or was even thought about.
The LA thing is...
Yeah, what is the LA thing?
Quite the way to put two murders.
Double murder.
And, the other thing we should talk about before we wrap up the OJ stuff and get into some other things, including some non-legal stuff to chat with Mo about. One thing was, they said that when OJ Simpson died, he was $100,000 in debt to the families that won the civil trial against him. It was a $33 million verdict, and then over time, all of the money just piled up with interest, and it got to like $100 million. It doesn't seem like he was paying anything that whole time, if that's the case.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they were able to seize some of his assets, but I think his NFL pension was protected, so he's basically able to live on the NFL pension. And then he was kind of very careful about how he earned other monies to kind of prevent them from being able to recover any money from him.
Right.
So he was kind of living in this avoiding creditor state, ever since they got that judgment against him.
So he basically was in a position where he didn't want to bring in any extra income.
Right.
Because they would take it because...
Unless it was protected somehow, like his pension.
But now that he's dead... whatever's left would go to those people. They're creditors, right?
Yeah, there's going to be a probate, I would assume, and then there's going to be creditors who make a claim against that probate, and the court will have to divvy up the assets accordingly.
All right, let's see what we got going on with some dispatchers. Barry wants to talk about your chicken parm tour.
That's what I'm here for.
All right, let's see what Barry says about this.
Hola, cuatro amigos. Hey, chicken parm recommendation for Mo when he goes over to Tampa, St. Petersburg. There is 3 restaurants owned by the same umbrella: The Joint, Willie's Burgers and Booze, and Dead Bob's over in St. Petersburg.
Dead
Bob's.
Bob's.
They have a chicken parm recipe that's on all 3 of those menus. Highly recommend. Also, you're going to like either one of those spots, but Willie's Burgers and Booze is actually on St. Pete Beach, and then Dead Bob's and The Joint is like within that same area,
Dead
close
Bob's.
by the beach.
Yeah, it's a strange name. All right, thank you. There's
Poor
some
Bob.
recommendations for you, Mo.
Writing them down.
In the world of the chicken parm journey that you're on, I would not be able to stop myself. We were talking about some of the places that Mo has been and going in, like filming all this stuff. I would, like, if it was really good, I would want to eat it all every single time.
Ew.
Of course.
I don't know that I would have the ability to, like, the wherewithal to shut myself down.
It just reminded me, the most recent one, Moses, has a sound clip from you that I will use for eternity.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. What is it?
I need to
pull this
find
video.
it.
Yeah, pull it up.
Please do. I don't believe you curse in it. But
No.
as soon as we hear it, I mean, you'll know.
Okay.
Sean and Celine. Moses, I don't know how you didn't.
All right. Well, track that down right now. I'll put this on. Here's K8 Yogi with a dispatch for us.
Drinkers or no drinkers, the fact that somebody can sue a ship or a bar for being overserved is absolutely ridiculous. Take responsibility for yourselves, people.
What about K8's point on this, Moses?
Well, this is America. We can sue anyone for any reason. But I was going to say, we kind of got off track. You know, in Florida, we do have dram shop laws. So basically, the only time that somebody can sue a bar or establishment that serves alcohol in the state of Florida is if they're a known alcoholic, or two, if they're a minor.
Okay.
Otherwise, you are responsible for your own actions.
So I could sue somebody for serving Sean?
I mean, if you went around and distributed flyers saying that he's a known alcoholic.
Oh, no way. So that's why families do that sometimes.
Yeah, that's why families do that.
Oh, I had no idea. Because I've seen families where they'll go to the bar where they're like alcoholic grandpa or whatever, where he goes, and they'll give them like a piece of paper. Here's a photo of him. They'll say, you got to stop serving this guy. And they're like, what can we do? He's legally allowed to drink. He's allowed to come here. So that puts them on notice
that he's a known alcoholic or she's a known alcoholic.
Damn.
And those are the only two exceptions to the dram shop laws that we have here in Florida.
What if he comes back in, this alcoholic, to the bar after his family member has handed over that sheet, and he says, I'd like a beer? Can they refuse service to him?
They could refuse service, and they could certainly refuse service if they believe he's too intoxicated or she's too intoxicated to continue drinking.
Man, I agree with the accountability stuff. I see some folks in chat saying the same thing, but when it's an underage thing, it does open a completely different can of worms. Like, you couldn't say to a 16-year-old, hey, what the hell? This bar may have served you, but you should take responsibility for your actions of drinking too much. Superseded by the fact that the bar shouldn't have served the kid liquor to begin with,
Does there have to be an incident for that exception to the dram shop law? So, like you said, the known alcoholic thing. And, if I say I don't want you to serve my uncle, he's a known alcoholic, and my uncle goes in there and you serve him and then he leaves and nothing happens. You can't sue just for that. It has to be like he leaves and then he gets in the car and he mows down a couple kids, and then now the bar is liable,
Could
right?
be liable, or if he just drives and hits a tree and injures himself,
right?
Then him or his family could sue the bar.
Wait, would the bar be liable, or would the bartender be liable?
Typically, you're going after the bar because they're the ones who have the insurance. They're the ones who have the money pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. All right, let's go to another one here. Here is Floridian Kelly talking about accents.
Good morning, News Junkies.
Hey.
Hope you're all having a good day.
You too.
My mom is Scottish. My dad is Rhodesian. I was born and raised in South Africa until I was 12, and moved to England and stayed there till I was 19. I am now the ripe old age of 46, and if I go to England, people think I'm American, whereas here they think I'm British. And it's only been 3 people that the whole time I've lived here that have actually thought and recognized the South African, which is kind of cool. But accents can be bizarre, for sure. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
All right, thank you. Appreciate the dispatch.
Wiggle,
Eric
wiggle.
Eric piggybacks on what Celine was working on earlier on YouTube. Let's drop Sean's picture off all around the town here and then make it impossible for somebody to go to any bar and drink because you've alcohol blocked them at every establishment.
What the text, or not the texting service, what the chatters were talking about was kind of a good point. It's like, okay, but who gets to determine who's a known alcoholic? What, you just go around putting up posters
Should be like
somewhere?
an online poll.
Mm-hmm. like a review?
Or like Foursquare, but the bartenders check in like, yeah, no, that guy's
I don't know.
a waste case for sure.
I could see that being real bad for me. I don't
Some
necessarily
sort of public database where you just add people to it.
I don't want that. That sounds like a bad thing. Since Solution is talking about the OJ money.
Hey, Junkies, happy Friday.
Hey,
I might have an answer about the whole OJ thing. And when the civil suit came down, apparently there was something that actually prevented the ruling from accessing the
Someone get him
pension from the
WD-40, please.
NFL. So he was able to collect that, and the families could not touch it.
The same thing Mo was saying. Yeah, so they were unable to access the pension money from the NFL.
Which I'm pretty sure he moved to Florida so he wouldn't have to pay taxes on it too.
Oh, true. Oh, well, that was a significant amount of money too. Like the NFL pensions, I think, was several hundreds of thousands of dollars per year that OJ would have gotten that he wanted to secure from that family, obviously. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go over to Chew 23 with the dispatch.
Washington.
I don't know what the hell that was, but that's it. That's all we got. More. We'll never know any more about that. Just Washington.
In his later years, OJ was receiving $42,000 a year in Social Security and had an NFL pension worth $5 million, from which he would receive $125,000 and $300,000 annually.
Damn.
Wow. Wait, hold on. $125,000 and $300,000?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Look at that thickness there.
Jesus Christ.
Play that again?
Oh yeah. Look at that thickness there.
Look at that thickness there.
All right. Well,
that was a thick chicken parm.
I'm done.
That's the good stuff right there.
Check out that. That is just a cheesy goodness right there.
That's the good stuff. Folks, he's a man on a mission. And if you know the best chicken parmesan in the state of Florida, you must.
We're having a good time.
No. Do you think you hurt his feelings? Did you hurt your feelings?
Really
Mo?
quiet.
I'm good.
Sealand's doing something else. He's over there. He's in Google land.
What are you talking about?
Deep diving into OJ's finances.
Yeah, he's got the actual tax.
Yes, you know what? How dare I participate in the conversation and add stuff to it?
Oh yeah, look at that thickness there.
All right, quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from more of you, and we'll get into this Dodgers player with the gambling issue. They released some of the court documents on this. It's a wild ride through this guy's text messages. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems there are no major incidents reported. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching State Road at 535, also World Drive, but westbound, no issues reported. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
You don't need a resolution to lose weight. You need a solution. And that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specifically formulated to provide full-strength semaglutide in a daily tablet. With Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month. And it's not a shot, so you can skip the weekly trips to a doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications like Ozempic. That's right, I said half the price. Plus, Red Mountain includes medically supervised meal plans and free lifetime maintenance to help you keep the weight off. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Man, I'm really glad to tell you about this great sponsor. It's Life Imaging FLA. They've helped save the lives of several of my friends and a bunch of our listeners thanks to early detection of heart disease and early detection of cancer. You know, it's Stress Awareness Month, and one of the things people stress out about is how their health really is, and you don't really know unless you have a scan. Life Imaging FLA can help you get that scan. Matter of fact, they'll give you a free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a value of $699, and you can get in there. It takes about 6 minutes. I was able to go in, and I know my heart is all good thanks to Life Imaging FLA. You pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, you say the words free heart scan, and you will be connected in seconds. You'll get the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia. When you talk to them about the free heart scan, ask about the cancer screening. That's super important as well. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Frank Gay has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with a tune-up for only $89 for a limited time. Friendly, speedy, and expert service. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. At New South Window, we bring the factory to you. Our windows and doors are made with quality in mind, and your products and installation are backed by our lifetime warranty. That's because New South Window knows the importance of single source accountability. We believe in removing the middleman so you get more for your money. This is real factory direct. One company, one call, guaranteed for life. Get New South proud.
For a limited time only, save 35% on New South Windows products and installation.
I'm Johnny B. Good, the host of the podcast Creating a Con, the story of Bitcoin. This podcast dives deep into the story of Ray Trapani and his company, Centratech. I'll explore how three 20-somethings built a company out of lies, deceit, and greed.
I've been saying since a very young age
that I was going to be a millionaire. If someone's like, oh, what's your best way of making money? I'm like, oh, we should start some sort of scheme.
Listen to Creating a Con, the story of Bitcoin, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
And even if you don't, you probably know, the word has gotten to even the folks who don't listen to this show, that we are the experts in the sports world. We know all about the footballs and the baseballs and the hockeys and all the things. We are keenly aware of everything happening in the sports world. So, of course.
I take all my sports betting advice from you guys.
Thank you, Moses.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I know that it might come off
the plane.
Like, right.
I lost the plane.
He invested in just the right things as a result to listen to this show.
You don't have the plane anymore?
I mean, it's tied up until... No, I still have the plane.
Yeah. He's going to use a plane to fly to more of these chicken parm places. What are you talking about, Celine? He's got to put that to use. Shohei Ohtani is a baseball player, as we all know, with the most mammoth contract most people have ever heard of.
I'm going to say something else for a second there.
Maybe that, too. I don't know. I haven't seen to verify.
That's the guy in that text I sent you this morning.
Yeah, he's probably on the list. But Shohei Ohtani, his contract is quite large with the Dodgers, and he's supposed to be one of the greatest players, et cetera, et cetera. But he's from Japan. Yes, that's right, friends. He's from Japan. And he doesn't perfectly speak English just yet. So he has a Japanese language translator who's been with him since 2018. And he's been with him for a long time. Ippei Mizuhara, I think is how you say his name. And it turns out this dude was big into betting on sports, Moses. Ooh. He was big into gambling. And I have now the case in front of us here against this guy. They're trying to say that there's no way that the Dodgers star didn't know that this was happening.
Okay.
And they're trying to tie it to him so that they could Pete Rose's ass. You know,
gotcha.
Like to punish him for also being involved in this. No, different guy. Old baseball player guy from the Cincinnati Reds. So here's what it says. Summary of probable cause. Give me your thoughts on this, Moses. Between November 2021 and January 2024, more than $16 million was transferred via wire from a checking account belonging to victim A. I'm going to assume that's the Dodger star Shohei Ohtani. It was transferred via wire from a checking account belonging to victim A, a professional baseball player. Jeez, I wonder.
Way to keep it anonymous.
With an account ending in, and they say, held at this particular bank. These funds were transferred to bank accounts of associates from an operator of an illegal sports book. They call him Bookmaker One. If in discovering all of this, they found out who the bookie was, is the bookie going to get in trouble too? Like as just shrapnel and it got targeted on accident?
I mean, it sounds like he's conducting an illegal sports book based on what's in this. So, yeah, certainly he could face some charges there.
So, like, if C-Lane was doing some criminal things and the feds started to investigate C-Lane and they discovered, even though they weren't targeting me, that I had done something wrong too, I'm still in trouble even though they weren't fishing for me? Damn.
Yeah, and then they might try to flip you to testify against C-Lane.
Oh, it's a messed up world we live in. They say...
Better not.
You get a snitch?
I'm not going to, C-Lane. I would never rat you out. I won't. In an interview with law enforcement, victim A stated he did not authorize these transfers. So that's Ohtani saying, nope, I didn't tell him to put them in his own account.
Wasn't me.
The transfers from the account were made from particular devices and IP addresses associated with IP Muzara, an individual who was, until recently, employed as Victim A's translator and de facto manager. Boy, we're never going to find out who Victim A is, are we?
Definitely not.
They're saying Victim A, who will go unidentified, is also on a radio show called The News Junkie, but not Sabrina Ambra or Sean Wasson. but we'll keep this completely off the radar.
So it's Fritz?
Literally ratting on him right now.
Victim A.
I'm not ratting on him. I'm not ratting. He's
Victim A, not C-Lane or Sabrina, a known alcoholic.
It says text messages on Mizuara's mobile phone show that in September 2021, he began gambling with Bookmaker One's illegal sports book and began losing substantial sums of money in late 2021. Shows during the same time period, the contact information on the account was changed to his phone number and to an anonymous email account, which is connected to him. So he hooked his phone and his email up to all this money in this account. Recorded phone calls produced by Bank A related to the account show Mizuara falsely identifying himself as Victim A, or the baseball player, and attempting to trick and deceive Bank A employees into authorizing wire transfers into his account or to the bookmaker's account. So they got a lot on him, it looks like. It says, finally, he sent an encrypted text message admitting that he had stolen funds from the victim to the bookie. So he told the bookie, hey, I got a source of money here. You know what's going on. That's where it's all coming from. Man, if they got you, the bookie, your text messages talking about this, you audio-wise on the phone with the bank trying to get the funds, and everything else they're talking about, that seems like a pretty good case.
Yeah, pretty screwed.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty solid case against this particular translator guy. And
he should have just downloaded the Hard Rock app.
Yeah,
it's legal in Florida.
True. He had an opportunity there.
No more betting inside your head.
But they even list the text messages between the two where he keeps saying LOL, I lost again. Can you front me for another 100K? Or, just whatever the messages are, all this guy is incredibly addicted to gambling right now and spending a lot of money that's not his on all of this. It says text messages confirm that he was a bettor with Bookmaker One's illegal sports book, and, of course, that he knew that all of this was illegal to begin with. Not good to have all that information on you there. So we'll see what happens to him. Obviously, that's a big case with the names attached to it. C-Lane, do we have anything on the list for Moses this week? I don't believe we did. I just wanted to double check.
We pretty much hit both things that I had on the list. One was the Apple River stabbing trial, and the other was OJ's NDA. But with the Apple River trial, I think we were wondering, they added a bunch of charges at the end, and we were like, how can you just add charges? But they were lesser charges, so that kind of explained itself.
So you're allowed to do that if you're the prosecution, just go, I will shoot a little lower. Let's add in some
it depends on the state, but typically you're going to have lesser included charges because, especially if you're overcharging, you want to give the jury options below. And sometimes they can't choose all of them. It depends on the type of charge because one encompasses the other, but sometimes you give them options as, whether it's first-degree murder, second-degree murder, manslaughter, depending what the evidence shows.
Yeah. Another thing about this case was, I'm not sure if you heard this or not, and maybe you have some experience with this yourself, but one of the jurors fell asleep during the case.
That actually happens way more than you would think. It's actually fairly common.
They called for the juror, when I say they, I mean the defense, called for the juror to be dismissed and said, can my client possibly have a fair trial when the jurors are not even awake? They're sleeping through this. And the judge said no.
Is that often too, Moses? You say it happens more often than not that jurors fall asleep. Is it usually they call for them to be dismissed?
If you don't think it's going well, then you may try to get a juror dismissed to try to get somebody who you think may be more favorable. But I remember hearing a prosecutor do a post-verdict interview or a post-trial interview, and they made a comment yeah, we only had one juror fall asleep during the trial, so we thought we really had their attention. So, that's how often it happens.
Sometimes it's so cold in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes these trials go for weeks.
They do. This one went for weeks. And the beginning's kind of exciting. So Sabrina and C-Lane, as they will tell you until they're blue in the face, were both jury foremen. All right, they were in charge of the jury.
Moses, he's trying to act cool in front of you.
They're upstanding citizens.
He brings it up all the time. You think it's cool.
They think it gives them a level up on me because I was never a jury foreman.
You've
or
always
even on a jury.
Yeah, you've thrown it all away, I believe.
I've never served on a jury.
You've been the defendant more than you've been a juror, so.
Ouch. True. Painful, but true. So they said in their cases they didn't fall asleep or there wasn't an issue with that. And their cases were exciting to them. It was like an interesting thing going on. But the longer that trial goes on, you're hearing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. More likely they are to fall asleep. It doesn't seem like they're super likely, if you do fall asleep, to get dismissed as a juror, though. It'd have to be pretty bad, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if they just couldn't stay awake for any part of the trial or just completely not paying attention, or it's very clear that they don't care at all, then maybe there's grounds to dismiss them. But, typically, especially in these trials, with like personal injury trials, for instance, sometimes we have to put on medical witnesses who are talking about, very complicated medical jargon for hours on end.
Yep.
And the jurors just need a little nap.
You ever
gotta take a nap.
You ever get a situation in court, Moses, where not only does the juror fall asleep, but it's just like so apparent, like you're in the middle of like some questioning and you just kind of hear like.
Every once in a while, you get a mouth breather.
What do you do? Snore. Do you slam a book? Do you shout something into him?
Sometimes you'll ask to approach the bench and just say, Your Honor, it looks like the jury's a little tired. Can we take a 5-minute break from this, stretch their legs, get a little coffee, something like that?
Your Honor, can you instruct juror number 7 to wake the F up?
I was trying to tell people during the Apple River stabbing trial that it's helpful to look at cases like this in a different way. Because everybody's like, no, F around and find out. Those kids were bullying him, so big deal, he stabbed them. Who cares? Those kids were monsters. Look what they did to him. Or they were saying he should have fled. He should have gone the other way. He could have left at any point. He wouldn't have had an interaction with these kids. He wouldn't have had to defend himself, et cetera, right? I said, I find it helpful myself to go, what is the law? Right? What is the law? We start from there. And is the law fair? Is it something that we all agree on? Is it an actual law that people should have to follow, et cetera, et cetera? And then once you have that established, you go, what is the jury going to think? And as an attorney, that's probably one of the biggest things for you, right? You have to, you have to be considering the emotion of the moment. What's going to have the biggest impact? Like C-Lane was pointing out how in the trial, they kept saying like, these young drunk teenagers for the teenage group, and for him they kept saying old man. They kept referring to him
dumb old man.
And they were doing this to try to get some sort of emotional reaction from the jury, and it seems like that's one of the huge things that's in your head as you're an attorney with a case like this.
And there's all sorts of different psychological techniques as to how you approach a jury and how a lot of times juries act on emotional response. So you're trying to get them angry at the other side almost, which just sounds like that may be what they were trying to do by, old man, dumb old man going after these kids or whatever it may be.
Drunk punks.
So they're trying to, have that emotional response. So, when they get back in the jury room, they're so angry that they want to vote in one direction or another.
Because anger is a powerful emotion.
Yeah. It's one of the paths to the dark side.
It truly is. Rand over on YouTube says, Mo, you got to try La Bella Napoli restaurant over in Spring Hill. It's a real family-owned Italian restaurant. Pine Island Park Beach is a great calm Gulf beach, and this restaurant is just a few miles away, he says, for your chicken parm battle.
All right, we'll hit the road.
Everybody over on chat, I'm sure you got some suggestions, some places for Moses to visit. Everybody tackles the other worlds. You got the Barstool Pizza guy. He's doing that. He's reviewing those things. Everybody goes out. Nobody's out there reviewing just the chicken parms.
And just wait till I launch my chicken parm bus tour.
That's right.
That's going to be...
Yeah, taking the country by storm. We'll find the best one out there.
Speaking of bus, I'm very surprised we didn't hear him one time.
No.
He's already gone.
Oh, yeah, I just saw his legs, and I'm like, I know for sure I'm going to hear him in the background any second now.
He came in here and he was like, "Are they gonna let the bus loose? And if they don't let the bus loose, see you later.
Moving on.
I'm out of here. I got work to do. Got to keep working.
Very busy
Mo. So if you are injured, make sure you're reaching out to the attorney that's going to keep your case in mind and treat you like the human that you are, right? Not just a number on a spreadsheet, settle it when the algorithm says so. No, you've got your case and it's particular to you. So reach out to Mo, 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com.
Or if you just want to talk chicken parm.
Yeah, we could do that. I got a ton of dispatches here talking chicken parm. Let's see what they're saying. Here's Dwayne.
Best chicken parm in Florida, hands down, is Mario's in Ormond Beach.
Mario's?
Same family's been there since 1956, making their own sauce and everything. Try it out.
Please don't say Mario around this household. Please don't do it. Courtney is she's walking around the house, and every time she passes me, she'll do "It's a me, a Mario." And then I go, you gotta stop doing that. And then yesterday she left, and I was in my car in the front driveway. The battery had died, so I was just sitting there trying to charge the battery back up. And she was mad that she didn't get to surprise me and go in the house and do the "It's a me, Mario" thing. It's bad. It's bad around here, Mo. I got to fight through these kind of things. So we'll take more. We'll get more and more of your suggestions for Boses. Those are coming in via dispatches from thenewsjunkie.com. And we also have this, final dispatches. Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a week, a Friday and a week. That's coming up next. So the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up today on a Friday edition of The Big Show, Orlando Weekly restaurant critic Fayez Cara joins us for Primetime Kitchen. Candace Rich will give us some rich tips on how to get ahead. Plus, you'll have an opportunity to win a $100 gift card to Planet Hollywood for JCS Trivia. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks. It all starts this afternoon at 3 o'clock.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we're expecting a beautiful Friday. Friday-like weather is on the way with temperatures warming into the upper 70s and low 80s with plenty of sunshine. That sunshine will continue into the weekend. Temperatures staying right around the low 80s for highs. But as we head to next week, we stay rain-free. However, temperatures will be warming up in a big way. Expect highs to warm into the low 90s as early as Wednesday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
One of my favorite things about That Mortgage Guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that you can hear him every Saturday morning right here on Real Radio. That's right. On the Home Loans Radio Show, he's answering your questions live on the air. He's pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. He's explaining the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know how it works. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
you got a service dog?
Actually, he's a deals dog. Since I'm looking for a new car, I trained him to sniff out awesome rates, member discounts, and fast decisions. Cool, huh?
But you know Navy Federal Credit Union has all those things, right?
You're right. He's got the scent. Oh, wait. Nope. That's just the bacon in my pocket.
Apply for a Navy Federal Credit Union auto loan online, at a branch, or in our mobile app. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Message and data rates may apply. Visit NavyFederal.org for more information.
The 2024 NFL Draft is here, and we have the ultimate watch party for you. It's Bud Light and 96.9 The Game's Draft and Crash Party at the Hilton Orlando Altamont Springs. We've taken over the ballroom to hang out and watch the draft. Just $28 gets you an all-you-can-eat buffet and 2 beer tickets. Bud Light and 96.9 The Game's Draft and Crash Party at the Hilton Orlando Altamont Springs. And if you want to crash for the night, take advantage of the special room rate for just $96 plus tax. To get tickets, log on to 969thegame.com/Hilton. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind. Dude, I'm behind you. I can see you texting on your phone. Put the phone down. You know it's a crime. In the state of Florida, it's actually a misdemeanor to get caught texting on your phone. I know you're going to claim you weren't, but either TikToking, Facebook, texting, I don't know what you're doing. But when you get home and you want to see a good TikTok, go to Kaufman Lind. For more information, contact me at whenyoudothis.com or dial pound 546 on your cell. Office Orlando.
Elevate your outdoor living space this year using stone. Tanzite has developed stone decking crafted without any plastic composite materials to redefine durability. Visit Tanzite.com to see how stone decking doesn't scratch, stays cooler, isn't slippery, and has all the durability you would expect from stone, which is why it's guaranteed for life. At Tanzite.com, you will see how we developed stone to easily transform any ordinary wood deck. You can even make your deck waterproof for a dry space below. Versatile and adaptable, Tanzite is perfect for decks, stairs, over concrete, or ground applications. Visit Tanzite.com to start planning your project with a free 3D design and construction plan tailored to your space. Order a sample today to witness the incredible beauty and durability firsthand at Tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that from blueberry pancakes to blueberry smoothies, almost everything is better with Florida blueberries. In season now, look for Fresh from Florida blueberries at your local grocery store.
Real Radio.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
Cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday and the week. Oh, what an end of the week for our friend Josh Fowler. He's tough times.
What happened to him?
Tough times. Fowler hardest hit. Celan, he got his internet knocked out by a truck that one time. He has a precarious internet at his house.
Okay.
And there's like a low hanging thing or something where a truck hit it one time and ripped out the internet and completely knocked his internet out. Another truck went by and knocked the internet out. Again,
crazy suggestion. We want to put the wire up higher this time.
Yeah, can we change this maybe? You just got to sit there all the time knowing one big dumb truck could go by and just wipe out your connectivity.
I lived in a place where we had to often call the cable company because they had some sort of exposed wire out behind our apartment building, and it kept getting cut by the lawn guy. It got to the point where I would the cable would go out and I'm like, well, lawn guy's here, so I'd go out back, strip the cable, twist it together, tape it. All right, call
That's
the cable.
so annoying. Oh, it would drive me crazy. We also wanted to mention, and some of you people are just monsters out there in this world. I saw this on the TNJ fan Discord. You can find a link to the Discord and meet some great people who also listen to the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Scroll down to the TNJ fan Discord link. But
Some are monsters, though?
Some of them are monsters. No, some of the people are monsters that are participating in this because 7-Eleven is doing that bring your own cup day again.
Oh, yeah. That's fun.
But now they have rules.
Yeah, now they have to have rules. It's tomorrow. They have to have rules because last year people were bringing like janitor buckets in and like they would bring the most ridiculous things in and completely fill them up with Slurpees for just $2. Because people are weirdos. And now they have got some guardrails, I think, that are up to stop people from being a little bit crazier.
What are the rules?
I'm trying to see here.
So your cup has to fit between the gap of the Slurpee dispenser and the base thing or whatever it is.
A 10-inch hole dispenser area. So it can only be that big. It has to be clean as well.
Yeah, it has to be food safe.
And waterproof and leak proof. So they've got rules now because...
But there's nothing from stopping you of having one cup there with a hose attached to it.
That's what I was thinking, Moses.
True.
I think it's a fun bit. Like, you bring anything but clothes party, but this is for your cups. And to see how creative you can actually get, I'm sure it's a huge mess, though, for some people.
People were bringing in cowboy hats and filling them up and just all kinds. These people are out of their minds. All right, all the
Diva
dispatches, they made it. Oh, boy. And
you bring the Stanley. You bring your Stanley, and then the Slurpee will never melt.
You almost went the whole week without mentioning it.
No,
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, I didn't notice that you had one. You got a Stanley over there.
Yep, grown up a little bit. I'm going to be 34 in 2 weeks, so I figured I should get a bird feeder with a camera and a Stanley Cup.
There has been a campaign that has been secretly taking place on this show for the last 60 days. Where Sabrina has been dropping breadcrumbs about her approaching birthday just so none of us are going to miss out on this. And
that's every year. It's every year.
Also, would you actually miss out? We've been doing this for 11 years now.
Oh, you think I would miss your birthday?
Yeah,
and
a
not
little
know
bit.
it's your... Why would I do that? Of course I wouldn't miss your birthday. I'm aware that it's your birthday. I would not be caught with my pants down, not understanding that your birthday was coming up.
Yeah, please
That's
keep
a
your
bad
pants
way to
on.
phrase that. let's leave the pants out of it.
This show's been on for 11 years.
Yeah, no, close. I don't know when we hit 11 years. Is it this year we hit 11 years?
June,
oh, my God,
yeah.
it is. Oh,
I've wasted a decade of my life on this show.
that's right, buddy. That's right.
Jeez.
Here's to the
9
next
years.
wasted decade, friend. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Love that he's more concerned about the time than the money.
Can't get the time back.
True. Today I learned for now he's going to be self-conscious when he's doing his next review.
There's silent chicken parm from now on.
He's just going to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Bad.
He doesn't want to say. It's Today I Learned for a Friday, April 12th, 2024. Here we go. Today I Learned the reason why animal shelters are full of huskies, they blame it on the television show Game of Thrones. Everybody, after watching it, wanted their own real-life dire wolf, but abandoned these animals when they realized how much work they were. And even the huge organizations that run these places have admitted that the show Game of Thrones had a huge impact. And today I learned this guy, Eminem. That's right, Eminem is correct. Eminem's song Lose Yourself was the first rap song to win an Oscar for Best Original Song.
Oh, yeah.
But Eminem didn't even watch the awards because he didn't think he had a shot at winning. Instead, that very night...
You only get one shot.
He fell asleep watching cartoons with his daughter. Strange thing, now his daughter is like grown-ass woman. That's how old all of us are. Mo, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you, Mr. Watson.
We appreciate you as always. And thanks for hanging out with us to everybody else. We will see you next week, same time at same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. See you on Monday, everybody.